Bigger. What's the light? You like right across the elevator, so right over there. Yeah. The back ones. Did you have yeah.
Hey, hello. Yeah, let's get started. I've got some banners to throw up as and when appropriate, but I watched the first 50 minutes of this. This is a fast-paced, absolute crazy day. First up, we've got a Hindi guy. We've got a Vietnamese guy. The interpreter has never done it for a court before. And yeah, we've got a couple of cases where the public defender could have had, or the public, the guy for the people could have had more information than he did. But yeah, we'll get through this as it happens. And if it sounds like I'm a bit under the weather, I am. Yeah.
I have a Vietnamese.
Yes, Judge, we also need a Hindi one.
Oh, wow.
I would make a request for both this morning.
Okay, so I have Shoily Blatt. What was the other translation? Hindi, okay.
Yeah, just sorting out.
Shoily Blatt, are you our Hindi translator?
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us. Miss Lee, I will get back to you here momentarily as well. Do you want to go ahead and do those first since we get, okay.
So the first one, Judge, is page one, bottom of page one.
Okay,
It's our Hindi
Go
speaker.
ahead.
Somaya Anatula, come up, please.
Very little English. Apparently, so.
I hear, no, there you, okay. Do you speak Hindi?
Yes, in English, little bit.
Okay. So, Mr. Lat,
Yes, sir.
would you mind translating us, please?
Yeah, sure, I will do it. I will
Okay.
do translate for you. Yeah. तो आपका नाम पूछा, आप कुछ इंग्लिश बोल सकते हैं, अंग्रेजी बोल सकते हैं, हिंदी में जवाब दीजिए.
English, little bit. So my God.
It's okay. We'll go slow so you understand.
Oh, man.
You are charged with possession.
I mean, this isn't the most pineapple-looking top I've seen, but whew, not looking bad for an Indian in court.
Of a gambling device.
Yeah, I'm working.
आपको जुए खेलने वाले मशीन के साथ आपके ऊपर चार्ज लगाया गया है.
You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine.
आपको 1 साल की जेल और $4,000 का जुर्माना हो सकता है.
We are going to do probable cause.
तो आपके लिए ना ये अभी प्रोबेबल का कहेंगे.
This guy's charged with frauding customers or some bullshit like that with a gambling device and taking money from legit customers of the business or something like that, from my understanding. But yeah, let's just figure this one out.
जो
You
दलील
have,
देंगे।
you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you.
तो वो जो भी आपको आपके विरुद्ध में जो भी कहा जाए चुपचाप आपने सुनना है, कुछ भी बोलना नहीं है।
Okay.
On June 18th, 2024, at the Circle A Food Mart, a convenience store in Harris County, Texas.
आप जून की 24 तारीख को अभी 2024 में ये जो स्टोर का नाम लिया उसके अंदर आप वो डिवाइस के साथ पकड़े गए थे।
Undercover officers observed the defendant as the clerk.
और जब वो आपको कहा है कि ये जब डिवाइस में आप जो खेल रहे थे,
He was making monetary transactions with patrons as well as other store duties.
तो वो है ना वो आपको वो जो जिससे देखा गया है उसके ऊपर आपके गुनाह लागू होता है।
Officers approached a video game number 5.
तो वो जो आपके साथ ना वो जो वीडियो गेम जुआ खेलने का जो मशीन था आपके पास उसके बारे में कह रहे हैं।
The device is named Ultimate Firelink.
तो वो जो उसका नाम है वो जुए की मशीन का तो अल्टीमेट जो भी वर्चुअल कहते हैं वो है।
Officers inserted $20 into the device.
तो वो है ना उसके ऊपर आप $20 का खेल रहे थे।
They placed bets of 50 cents.
और उसके ऊपर है ना 50 सेंट का जो हो रहा था।
The officer was then awarded a winning screen of $64.
और आप उससे है ना 64 रुपये जीत रहे थे।
Officers continued to play the device until the total credits were worth $85.
अब जब वो जो आपको देखा गया पाया गया तो वो ना $84 का हुआ था।
The officer pressed collect on the machine.
ऑफिसर जब आया वो मशीन के पास देखा आपको।
And then the officer approached the counter and notified the defendant of the win.
और जब आपको है ना ऑफिसर ने लेके जाए काउंटर के पास तो और बताया गया कि आप जीते थे।
This is damning. If it's correct, this is damning. You're taking money for whatever product or service the business is charging for, and then you're taking more money on top to run a gambling machine. Just, oh my word.
The defendant then withdrew cash and paid the winnings.
तो जब आपको ना जो जीता हुआ बताया गया तो उसके आपको बचाव के लिए
That's it, Your Honor.
Sir, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case.
तो वो कह रहे हैं कि जो आपके ऊपर जो जुर्म लगाया गया है तो उसके बारे में ये जो आपका केस है वो बता रहे हैं।
Are you currently employed?
आप अभी काम करते हैं? बोले मुंह से हाँ या
Yeah,
ना।
काम कर।
यस यस सर।
Yes, sir.
Do you have a lawyer now?
आपके पास वकील है?
Not now, next week.
You don't have it. No.
Would you like to apply for a court-appointed lawyer?
आपको कोर्ट अगर कोई वकील की निमणूक करते हैं तो मंजूर है? सर
Yeah.
मैं आपको कह रहा हूँ।
हाँ।
यस यस सर।
Yes.
I'm willing to give you a lawyer so that you don't have to pay for one.
तो ये लोग जब आपके लिए वकील की निमणूक करेंगे तो आपको उसके पैसे नहीं देने हैं।
The only thing I'm going to ask you is, do not pick up,
मैं अभी आपको एक ही बात कहूंगा,
do not pick up any new cases.
कोई और केस आपके लिए नहीं लेना है।
I will not put any conditions on your bond.
आपके बॉन्ड के ऊपर कोई शर्त नहीं लगा रहे हैं।
Just beware where you are working, what you're doing, make sure that it is legal.
आप जहां पर भी काम कर रहे हैं, जो भी काम कर रहे हैं, आपने इस बात का मेक श्योर करना है कि आप उसको लीगल काम कर रहे हैं।
Deputy will give you an application. I will have you speak with Victoria.
जो आपकी अर्जी है उसको आप विक्टोरिया के साथ बात करनी है।
I will have you sign a receipt and then we will just have you take a seat in the jury box.
तो उसके ऊपर आपका दस्तखत करना है और वो आप वहां पर बैठना है।
And with that, our Hindi guy is over, even though the judge hasn't imposed the conditions on him. They just move on. I think the next one up is the Venezuelan, or yeah, but it's hard to figure out what that guy was actually doing. 'Cause it sounds like he was running a gambling ring while he was working for another company and taking money for that company as well as the gambling ring. So yeah, that, my friend, is in most jurisdictions I know of called illegal gambling. It probably isn't back home in India, but most Western jurisdictions it's illegal gambling.
Okay, I guess yeah,
All right, let's go ahead.
come on, Luis.
Page 2, Angel Padilla, come on up.
Good morning.
Eric, do you have a Spanish one as well?
I'm done here, Hindi.
Hermanito, solo miro el juez y le contestan nada más en español.
No, Judge, mine's in English
I
already.
didn't put any conditions on him.
Oh, okay.
He's,
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want to do?
no, you're good to go, Mr. Lot. Thank you so much for helping us out.
Thank you, sir. Judge. Thank you, Judge. Thank you. I will do.
Sí. Listo.
Okay. Who's this?
Page 2, Your Honor, Angel,
Okay, Padilla. You, Angel Padilla.
Ángel Padilla? Yes.
Sir, you're charged with illegal dumping. You were facing up to 6 months in jail and/or
Oh my word! Number one, the guy's a Spanish speaker. Number two, charged with illegal dumping. To get charged with that, they've either got to find your details in amongst the dump, or they've got to witness you dumping it.
$2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present during questions and interviews. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you, sir.
I'll try. The officer of investigation, the owner provided a video showing the side of the truck and illegally dumped solid waste in the bed of the truck onto the side of the road, which includes two passenger tires. The co-defendant was yesterday, I believe.
There's a co-defendant.
Yes, Your Honor, he was yesterday.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Deputy Gonzalez advised the investigator that he had located the suspect's truck parked in the driveway of a residence less than half a mile from the dump site. Officer met with Deputy Gonzalez in front of the residence and observed a red older model Chevrolet two-door truck to have very similar characteristics to the one on the video. Officer and your investigator and Deputy Gonzalez met with the defendant. Investigator conducted an interview with the defendant, which was audio and video recorded. And he admitted to dumping two tires.
He admitted to dumping the two tires.
Yes, Your Honor, I believe they worked together. This one is. It also identified him as having tattoos on his upper right arm.
Had a what?
Tattoos on his upper right arm.
So the guy snitched on himself, basically. When challenged by the investigators, he admitted to dumping the tires. He snitched on himself. Take a lesson, mate. If you're gonna commit a crime like that, your first rule is never to snitch. especially on yourself.
Okay. Mr. Angel Padilla, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Are you United States
¿Ciudadano
citizen?
americano? No, I'm a resident.
Entry with or without permission?
¿Se está en este país con permiso o sin permiso? Without permission.
Know what happens if you go to
¿Usted
jail?
sabe lo que pasa si usted va a una cárcel? Tiene que hablar, sí, yes. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Perdón? They will take away your documents, your papers.
Immigration will put a detainer on you. You will be stuck in jail until this case is over with. And then
Cárcel hasta que este
until
caso se
immigration
resuelva,
takes you,
después hasta
it
que
will be about
inmigración-
6 to 9 months. You will sit in jail for that entire time and then end up getting deported.
es-
So
siendo deportado.
do not violate any of the conditions I put on you now. Do not pick up any new cases. Otherwise, I will put you in jail. And if you're unlucky enough, you'll be there for a very, very long time. This is the only warning that you will get from me.
Sí, de mí.
Do you understand?
Yes.
You are not allowed to drive if you don't have a Texas driver license and liability insurance. And I'm making that a condition of your bond.
Pero eso
You will
condición-
be signing a promise with me today. Do not drive.
Your Honor, he has an eligible car.
Oh, does he?
es elegible. He has residence.
He's telling me he's here undocumented, he has a Texas driver license.
Residencia, ¿no?
Are you sure?
I'm a
You have a
resident.
Texas driver license.
¿De Texas? Yes. Sí, señor, solo español.
Are you in this country with or without permission?
¿Permiso o sin permiso? With
Oh,
permission.
what kind of permission?
Okay, so it's just come to light that this guy does have a eligible driver's license. Hmm.
¿Qué tipo de permiso tiene? Residency
All right.
card.
So as long as you have liability insurance and a Texas driver license, you may drive. Understand, if you're a resident, you're not a citizen. And the more criminal cases you pick up, the higher likelihood you have of that residency being revoked. Because they can do that.
Lo pueden hacer.
Do you understand? Okay. I will have you go to Victoria. We will have you sign a reset. We will get you out of here. When you come back, please have a lawyer.
Su abogado.
Don't pick up any new cases. Otherwise, I will put you in jail, sir.
Gracias, señor. Thank you, Your Honor.
Wow. As with any translator case where the translator's doing real-time translation, it's a mess to understand, but the gist of it is he dumped some tires and got caught in the process of doing it and snitched on himself. So, yeah.
Judge, is that gonna be bond conditions? for-
I didn't put any conditions. He has a license and
I mean,
so
what more do you
just send him on his
expect?
way. THA.
All right, Judge, next is page 8, Flores Ortega.
Caballero, ¿qué tal? Haga lo mismo. Aquí, cerca, solo
Oh, good,
Sí,
another
contesta en español.
spaniel.
Flores, ¿no? Sí, señor. Yes.
Are you Azael de Jesus Flores Ortega?
¿Ese es usted? Yes.
You were charged with assault of a family member.
Miembro de su familia, solo
You were facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you.
Clear cut.
You have the right to have an attorney if you cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you, sir.
Excuse me.
On August 10th, 2024,
2024.
at approximately 2 in the morning,
Aproximadamente 2 de la mañana.
officers were dispatched to an apartment in Harris County. They spoke with complainant.
Hablaron con la querellante.
She stated that the disturbance occurred because she contacted her ex-boyfriend,
Con su exnovio,
who is the father of her child,
que es el padre de su hijo.
and the defendant got mad because he found out she contacted him.
Cuenta que se comunicó con él.
As officers that she had just been assaulted by the defendant.
Había sido agredida por la
As he was
persona.
able to land his right hand,
Logró
she didn't know if it was a closed
pegar
or
con
open
la
fist
mano
on her right
cerrada, se dio cuenta
left eye,
si estaba la mano cerrada o abierta sobre su-
and she felt pain on the right eye.
Sintió dolor, perdón,
At
en
the
el
planet.
ojo derecho.
advised she grabbed her phone and was exiting the apartment room when he grabbed her head and slammed her into the hallway hall of the apartment complex.
You slammed her head in the wall?
Yeah, yes, Your Honor. As she felt pain, and continued her way to a friend's apartment.
Okay, so this was more of a bitch fight than it was an assault. But because you can't really get charged with a bitch fight, they've got to charge you with something, and I guess the legal equivalent of that is an assault. So, yeah.
Contact police. Officers observed minor swelling on her left eye, as well as a scratch on her left eyelid.
And Logan, the public defender in this case, is one of the typical public defenders in this courtroom, and he's second to none.
She also advised officers that defendant was walking up the stairs of the apartment complex, and she identified
Any alcohol or dope, anything like
I don't
that?
see anything like that, Your Honor. However, it is 2 in the morning. It is 2 in the morning.
Right. Mr. Flores, is that it? Mr. Flores, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. If you are not a United States citizen and you're in this country without permission and you go to jail, you will be stuck because immigration will put a detainer on you. I'm not going to give you any more warning, and I will protect every single person in this county. You're not to have any contact with this complaining witness whatsoever. I'm also ordering you not to be in possession of any weapons. There's a protective order that has been issued, and I strongly urge you to take a look to see what it says, because if you violate that protective order, the state can and will file a violation of a protective order against you. It's one of the worst cases you can pick up. As it stands now, we are going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. I will first have you go to Victoria, sign and reset, and then I will have you take a seat in the jury box while I get your bond conditions. You will be promising us that you're not having any contact or any weapons. And if I find that you do, or if you pick up a new case, I will put you in jail. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Pasa aquí a la izquierda, por favor.
So
Fairly clear cut, that one. Yeah. He looks like he was the bitch and he had a bit of a fight with her, and clear cut because swelling and bruising was evident according to what Logan said. Yeah. Could it have been from something else and not from him slapping her around and whacking her against the wall and all that? Maybe, but I doubt it. This guy looks like he needs a damn good slap upside the head.
key, no contact, no weapons.
Judge, next is page 13. Reactiionary Sanchez.
Hey, are you Pedro Renteria Sanchez?
Yes.
Sir, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present during any questions and interviews. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you, sir.
The complainant called officers after a non-physical disturbance at her residence. She was in her bed, nude, as she normally sleeps. The defendant came in, was taking off his pants. She told him that she did not want to have sexual relations with him. He grabbed her arms and pushed them away from her and grabbed her legs.
Oh my God. Full on rape. Or sexual assault against the will. Or something. But there. Yuck. This is just. Ugh.
Force them to spread apart from each other.
Las que se abrieran y separasen de una a otra.
She kicked, punched, and pushed defendant off her.
Ella estaba pues dando puños y patadas para que tratar de quitárselo encima.
And the complainant yelled loudly so the neighbors could hear her.
Fuertemente para que los vecinos la
I
escucharan.
don't want to, I don't want to.
Yo no quiero, yo no quiero.
The defendant covered her mouth and nose.
Le tapó la
He
boca,
what?
la nariz.
Defendant covered her mouth and nose.
El acusado le tapó su nariz y boca.
The assault lasted a few seconds and now
So, suffocation or asphyxiation is part of it.
get breath.
Su-
During the
Tras
assault,
algo durante la agresión,
the defendant grabbed the complainant's arms, legs, and shins on her legs, causing causing her pain and visible injury.
What did he do to her legs? I'm sorry.
He grabbed them.
Grab them?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't hear the other part. That he did what to the legs? Never mind. Le agarró sus brazos y sus piernas, causándole dolor visible.
Complainant was finally able to kick the defendant in the groin.
Patearlo pues en su ingle.
This caused him to back away
Eso
and
le
leave the
ocasionó que
complainant's
se
residence.
alejara y se fuera de la residencia del querellante.
Officers observed visible bruises on both her arms and legs,
En sus brazos, en sus piernas.
including on the front of both her shins,
La parte fronteriza de sus
ranging in size
corrillas.
from the size of a quarter
Tamaño, por ejemplo,
to the size of a
una
small
moneda de
fruit.
5 centavos. Small what?
fruit.
Ahí, el rango de tamaño del montón de una moneda de 25 centavos hasta una pequeña fruta.
Mr. Renteria Sanchez, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Let
Oh,
me
there's
tell
more
you
than
that you're
probable.
extremely
probable
lucky that you're
rules
not charged with
charged.
attempted sexual assault, because then you would
Attempted sexual assault. I would take it one step further and call that rape. Just clear. There may not have been penetration there, but there was sure their intent.
be looking at a very, very serious felony charge.
Bastante serio.
I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with this person whatsoever, and I'm issuing an order for protection.
Sure.
This identifies Sylvia Hernandez Villatoro as a protected individual. You cannot commit family violence or an assault against this person. Commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, which is the stalking statute. You cannot stalk, threaten, harass, use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot be in possession of a weapon or go within 200 feet of where she lives or where she works. Have you run his NCIC? See what other prior criminal history he has. Logan, please.
Man, this guy's a bit of work. Excuse me. I am on antibiotics, but man, my nose has been running away on me today. Attempted sexual assault is the charge. He's very, very lucky on that one. That could easily have just been charged as plain out on the out and out of rape. There's no other way you could say that nicely. And yeah, okay, it wasn't against a minor, but you know what they like to do to people who like to try to hard R word in jail? Yeah. Let's just say, not only that, this guy would be in jail for a very, very, very long time because immigration would have a field day with him.
I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using anything, I will put you in jail. Are you United States.
Permiso, sin permiso. Without permission.
What happens if you go to jail?
Que una
Yeah.
casa al señor Rentería. It'll go badly for me. Hable más fuerte.
Right, it'll go badly for you.
It'd be bad for me.
Are you in this country
Está en este país
without
con permiso o
permission?
sin permiso. Without permission.
What happens if you go to
¿Qué
jail?
pasa si esté en la cárcel? If I go to jail, they'll deport me.
That's what I want you to understand.
Eso es lo que yo quiero que usted
You're
entienda.
not in this country with permission.
Usted no está en este país. Usted no está en este
Jail.
país.
And you spend more than 4 hours.
Hay más de unas
Immigration
4
sweeps it every single day. They find you. They will put a detainer on you. You will be stuck like Chuck in jail until this case is over. And then you will be shipped off to immigration where you will wait for another 6 to 9 months, waiting for immigration to do whatever they're going to do.
haga lo que va a hacer con usted.
So the next time
Próxima vez,
you get something in your head that you want to do,
se le mete algo en la cabeza que usted quiere hacer,
even
que posiblemente
remotely violate the law, think about what could potentially happen to you. Because I will protect every single person. And if that means putting your butt in jail, I'll do it in a heartbeat.
si mete usted en la cárcel, lo haría ya en un instante.
Your Honor, I don't see anything, but he did have Miss Josephine Pineda did have a protective order against him. I'm not sure who she is. There's no criminal case
What's the
associated.
last name?
Josephine Pineda?
Okay, that's a different person.
Yes, Your Honor.
And I wonder what that means and how that originated. Where court was that filed out of? 280th?
I'm looking, Your Honor. It's Washington. It looks like it's the state of Washington. I'm not 100% sure.
Hmm.
It's out of state, we're not gonna get much detail on it. Other than-
I'm just curious what, like what the charge would be.
He also has an immigration violation for, no, sorry, that's for a different person. That just
It may
has
not be.
The reason I'm asking is because do I put an ankle monitor on him? Guys, that's why I'm
monitor would be in the situation because of the severity of the allegation.
El monitor del tobillo sería exigido en esta situación debido a la severidad, la gravedad de la situación. La alegación,
Judge, in reading that protective order out of state, it looks to be civil, just because looking at the conditions and the language of it, but otherwise, I don't have any more information. It's a no contact order, no stalking, no purchasing firearms.
No puede comprar armas de fuego.
That's it, that's all I see.
Es todo lo
The language seems very
El
similar.
lenguaje.
Okay, we've got a prior out of county case for this defendant, but no one can decipher it. So I think we're just going to roll with what we've got in front of us. There's no prior case.
Mr. Renteria, we're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. Behave yourself in the free world. You won't get another chance. This is the only warning you're going to get from me. So either take it in a good way. If you don't, you know what's going to happen.
Ya sabe lo que le va a pasar a usted. ¿Entendió? Sí, señor.
If you go to the-
Yes, sir.
Sign a reset. After that, you'll get with Rachel for your bond conditions, then you'll be free to go.
Oh, vaya ya, pues, ¿no?
And Mr. Jaworski is back. I think he's got a case coming up soon. I know he's an attorney, but yeah. Looking at the crew they've got in the back of the courtroom up there, I would suggest we've got a fairly busy day today.
Next is question. Page 15, Rodriguez, come on up.
Oh God, another Rodriguez.
Are you Jonathan Rodriguez?
Rodríguez. Perdón.
This is Ladislao, Your Honor.
I'm Ladislao Rodriguez.
Oh. Got it. Okay. Sorry. Ladislao Rodriguez Vargas. Okay. Sir, you're charged with failure to identify oneself. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you, sir. You have the right to have an appointed attorney if you cannot afford one, sir.
Si no puede
Okay.
pagar por su propio abogado.
Thank you, Your Honor. On August 10th,
El 10 de agosto
2024,
del 2024,
officers responded to a minor motor vehicle accident.
un choque de vehículo menor.
Complainant reported that her and her boyfriend
Su novio.
were arguing.
Okay, so minor motor vehicle accident. The guy fails to identify himself. Blah, blah, blah. Of course, it's a crime because it is.
Were arguing
Estaban discutiendo
while driving,
al
and
manejar.
while they were driving,
Mientras estaban
he
manejando,
grabbed the steering
él
wheel
agarró el volante
so that he could cause an accident.
para poder ocasionar un accidente.
This caused an accident.
Esto ocasionó un
It caused an
accidente.
accident.
Sí, ocasionó un accidente. Dios santo.
Complainant said that while she was driving,
Mientras estaba manejando,
or that after the accident,
que
the
después del
defendant left the
accidente,
scene.
el acusado se fue de la escena.
The defendant was located
Fue
nearby,
localizado cercanías.
and he was asked if he had any ID on him.
Preguntó que si tenía identificación.
He indicated that his name was Lalo Rodriguez.
Lalo Rodríguez.
He gave the correct birthday.
Dio fecha de nacimiento correcto.
He stated that Lalo was his legal name,
Lalo era su medio nombre
and not a nickname.
y no un apodo.
Defendant seemed intoxicated.
Aparentaba
Of
intoxicado.
course, he seemed intoxicated.
The complainant stated that she did not want to leave with
No
him
quería irse con él
because of the arguing,
debido a la discusión.
so officers told him to find a way home.
Dijeron a él encontrar su manera de llegar a casa.
The defendant was put into custody for public intoxication,
Custodia por intoxicación pública.
and he was identified by his Mexican electoral card, which showed
Por
his
su
true name.
tarjeta electoral mexicana, lo cual muestra su identidad.
Did he give his right name?
Lalo, they don't, instead of
It says
Ladislao.
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 And he gave the correct date of birth too.
Y él dio la fecha de nacimiento correcta.
Take a seat for me, the jury
Me
box.
siento ahí por un momento.
I'm gonna need more time with you. Let's blow through everybody
Yeah, this guy's going to take a little bit of time. He'll be at the end of the docket.
else first.
Judge, so that was the last span.
Okay, great. Can we just do the Vietnamese and then we'll help the lawyers? Okay. Ms. Lee, good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Judge.
Thank you so much for coming.
Okay, here's our first time Vietnamese interpreter for the court. She has not done anything like this before and she's quite nervous, but from what I can tell, she's fluent in Vietnamese, so, and she knows the translation.
You're welcome.
Page 21, Fran.
Good morning, Ms. Tran.
Xin chào chị nhìn quan tòa nha. Tôi là Vân Anh thông dịch.
We have a translator for you.
Có người thông dịch cho chị.
We will go slow so that you understand.
Chúng tôi nói chậm thôi để chị hiểu.
You were charged with a liquor violation.
Cái tội là phạm tội với lại về rượu.
You were facing up to a year in
Có
jail
thể là có 1 năm tù
and or a $4,000 fine.
và có thể thêm 4.000 đồng tiền phạt.
We're going to do probable
Chúng tôi
cause.
sẽ điều tra coi là có nguyên nhân có thể xảy ra không.
You have the right to remain silent.
Có quyền không nói gì hết.
Anything you say can or will
Bất
be
cứ
used.
những gì chị nói hôm nay vẫn có thể dùng để mà kết tội chị trong tương lai.
You have the right to have an attorney
Chị có
appointed
quyền để mà muốn chọn một người ta cho một người luật sư
if you cannot afford one.
nếu mà chị không có đủ khả năng trả tiền cho luật sư.
Okay.
On August 8th, 2024,
2024
officers with the Texas Alcoholic Beverage
và những người
In this case, the crossed arms and the look on the face equals stank attitude.
Và làm việc cho văn phòng, cho chỗ làm về vấn đề của quan sát về rượu.
Went to a gas station with an
Đến
undercover.
một cái trạm xăng đến đó.
And they got him to buy a 12-ounce Bud Light from the
Và
clerk.
đến đó họ mua một cái 12 ounce nước rượu. Bia.
Defendant was
Repeat.
the defendant was the clerk.
Người kết nguyên.
That smile on Judge's face. That smile. She's not in for a good time on this one, but the judge is gonna love every moment of it because his prosecuting attorney also has the same smile. She done it. She knows damn well she done it. And man.
Kết tại tội này là người bán hàng.
And she sold the clerk. The clerk sold the 17-year-old a beer for
Cô
$2.
ta bán cái chai bia đó cho người 17 tuổi.
The undercover child was clean shaven.
Cái người đó là người mà họ làm việc trong văn phòng này và họ đến đó để kiểm soát.
And wearing a local high school t-shirt.
Và người đó là một người học sinh trong trường high school gần đó.
Officers came in and advised her the transaction was illegal.
Người mà cảnh sát đi vô và nói cho cô biết là cái hoạt động vừa qua là không có hợp lệ.
That's it, Your Honor.
Xong rồi.
Also, she was caught up in a sting selling alcohol to minors. Right. Gotcha.
I'm going to find there's probable cause to go
Tôi
forward.
quyết định là có nguyên nhân có thể xảy ra để mà tiếp tục vấn đề này.
Would you like to apply for a court-appointed
Chị
lawyer?
có muốn quan tòa cho một người luật sư đại diện không? I don't have money.
I will give you a lawyer today.
Tôi sẽ cho chị một người luật sư không trả tiền.
Not cost you anything.
Không có tốn tiền đâu. Chị muốn không nói to lên. Please speak louder.
They will help you with this case.
Trường hợp nếu có luật sư sẽ giúp đỡ cho chị trong vấn đề này.
Is John D working with us today? Come on. Dang. Fantastic.
Yes, please help me.
Lần đầu tiên tôi không biết gì hết á.
This is my first time. I don't know anything. I didn't understand anything.
It's okay. We will help you. I need
Sao
you
đâu?
to fill out an application though.
Rồi bây giờ trở lại kia điền cái đơn nha.
Don't worry, ma'am. You'll be
Đừng có
fine.
lo.
Deputy will give you an application.
Người bồi toàn sẽ đưa cho cái đơn.
And then
Mà bằng lòng
momentarily
của
I'll
luật
have you
sư.
speak to a lawyer.
Rồi, thì sau cho mình nói chuyện với luật sư.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, ma'am.
Here we
Please.
go with the tears.
Okay.
No conditions.
All right, Judge Page, 11, Lewis, county here.
Mr. Ballingy, also. Okay, I guess you got. Are you ready? Come on.
Your Honor, you still need me to stay on?
No, thank you so much, Miss Lee.
Thank you.
Take care. Good
Bye.
job.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Is this Miss Lewis?
Lewis, Judge.
All right. So there was a little bit of a mess, but basically she got caught selling alcohol to minors in a sting operation, which is not uncommonly heard of. It's actually quite common around these parts where I live, is if you're a pub or you're a store that sells alcohol or something, the police will quite often pair up with a couple of young juveniles who might plausibly look old enough or might not look old enough to buy alcohol. And if you sell, then the business gets fined. I think it's in order of about 500,000 a time. you get $5,000 fine for every minor you sold to. So, yeah, and you get caught more than twice in a row. They drag you into court, and you've got to answer. At least that's how it is down here. I'm pretty sure it could be a lot tighter, but yeah. $5,000 is usually a lot for a worker, and therefore, yeah, workers are a little bit more vigilant.
Good morning, Ms. Lewis. Ma'am, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and/or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney appointed if you cannot afford one. Okay.
On April 4th, 2024, at approximately 9:20 in the evening, officers were dispatched to a two-car crash. Upon arrival, officers found the defendant lying on the ground next to her car, with an unknown party attempting to assist her off the ground.
Oh my word. Oh, yep. This one's going to be a bit interesting. In one of those cases where if they had more information, it would be a bit merrier.
The defendant was feeling chest pains and was in shock based on being unable to answer specific questions of what had occurred. EMS arrived and assisted the defendant. A witness said that she observed the defendant stopped at an intersection and another vehicle changed lanes, which caused the defendant to strike the other vehicle. Officers attempted to gather a statement from the defendant, and she was verbally combative towards the officer. She said she blacked out due to the crash and was traveling home, but didn't know where she was. She was transported to Keywood Hospital. At the hospital, she admitted to drinking 2 margaritas and some wine. She said that she was 7 of 10, with 10 being the most intoxicated. Officers conducted.
I don't get it. Why rely on what she says out of intoxication? Yeah, I know you know. You're the only one who knows your body that well, but I don't get it. It's also like I don't get why the United States still puts people through the sobriety test instead of relying more on the breathalyzers and technology. But yeah.
Conducted the standard field sobriety tests, 6 of 6 for HGN. The walk and turn and one leg stand were not performed because she was in the hospital. Blood was drawn at approximately 2:42 in the morning, and she was at 0.141.
I have a willing issue, Judge. I don't hear anyone say
0.141. And her lawyer is perfectly reasonable with this objection.
she was driving, or they saw her get out the driver's seat.
Response.
The witness said that she observed the defendant's vehicle stopped at the intersection, observed the incident, and let's see, the witness is the person that was assisting her.
So the witness saw her driving?
Yes, sure. She observed the entire accident. She stated that the defendant was stopped at the intersection. The other vehicle changed lanes in an unsafe manner, which led the defendant to strike her. She confirmed the other vehicle's identification.
I don't doubt she saw the collision, but can she say who was driving? There's no statement that says Ms. Lewis was behind the wheel at the time of the crash or after.
The witness stayed on the scene, Your Honor, until the police had.
I'm going to find that there's probable cause now. Mr. Sanders, if you find something else that disputes that, come back and there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Do you have a valid Texas driver license? Do you have valid liability insurance in your name? You may not drive unless you have both. I am ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you consume alcohol or any kind of dope, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. You will not get more PR bonds. Because you have a lawyer, I'll waive your appearance. You don't have to waste your time. You can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. So just stay in touch and no alcohol and you'll be fine, okay?
Yeah, I've got the same issue her attorney's got, basically. The witness was the only one who's, from the sounds of it, the only one that's seen it, or at least witnessed the aftermath and attempted to help until the police got there, but no one actually saw the crash happen. So it's hard to prove she was behind the wheel when the crash happened.
I'll have you go sign a reset with Victoria now, then you'll get with Rachel for your bond conditions, and after that, you guys are free to go. Okay?
Thank you, Judge.
All right, Judge, you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Page 1, Alamin, come on up.
Come on up, Mom. Thank you so much for coming.
It's a young punk.
Hi, thank you for coming. You are Khalil Tariq Al-Amin.
Yes, sir.
Sir, you are charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine.
I don't particularly like the mother's attitude, but my guess is the attitude is going to be taken out on him later. So, yeah.
We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present during questions and interviews. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you, sir. Okay.
On August 9th, 2024, officers were dispatched to a liquor store in response to a suspicious person call. The call was regarding 2 juveniles who were trying to get adults to buy them alcohol at the liquor store. The call slip indicated that one of the children had a handgun. Officers arrived on scene and made contact with the defendant, and during the pat down, officers located the gun inside the defendant's underwear, not within a holster. The gun came back clean. The defendant's 18 years old, and he stated he found the gun in the bayou.
Pedro Renteria.
Mr. Al-Amin, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Tell me, what are you doing with your life now, sir?
Right now, I'm looking for a job so I can get to where I start working, you know.
Have you ever had a job?
Yes, I have.
When's the last time you've had a job?
About just a few months ago.
Doing
Hasn't
what?
been no longer than a year. I said a few months ago, it hasn't been no longer than a year. I worked at Jimmy John's.
Okay. Did you graduate from high school?
So I did not.
Oof, that's a bad start, my friend. We are going to make sure that that happens now. And if you don't, you're going to be earning it behind bars. So we're going to do this one way or the other. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm sending you now for a drug test because I want to know what, if anything, is in your body.
This guy needs himself an education. Even though there's a lot of people out there saying the education really did him no good. I am a firm believer, at least finish high school and maybe move on to something in tertiary, study there for a few years and then get a job. Because it doesn't matter whether you're pushing trolleys, it doesn't matter what you're doing. If you've got those 2 things behind you, high school and at least tertiary, if not university, then you're able to go far. But yeah, I do agree with the judge on that point.
I'm not going to put you in jail now, but depending on what shows up, if anything is in there, I will test you again 31 days from today. And if I find anything in there, you will likewise go to jail. Do you understand? No more games, no more dope, and in school, I will appoint your lawyer today, and I'm going to bring him back 2 weeks from today, and I want to see what you've done to start getting your GED or get back into high school. And if you've done neither, life is not going to go well between you and I. Do you understand? What happened to the other kid that was with him? They as well or no?
I'm not sure, Your Honor. Let me check the police report. It might be a minor, so it wouldn't show in our system immediately.
I will pay for everything for you, so you don't have to pay for anything, okay? All I want to do is get them on the right and straight and narrow, because we're gonna do it one way or the other. So for now, would you mind reaching out to the MAC, please? Now, I'm gonna send it for a drug test. I'd like to come back because I want to see what, if anything, is in the system. All 18-year-olds, don't matter what they say, nothing is true. I mean, I know 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds. I mean, it goes in one ear. For me, it goes on the other. What is on paper is what matters, right?
Yeah. 18, 19, your brain's still in the toilet somewhere, in the gutter. I've never really been able to trust an 18 or 19-year-old on their word either. I know when I was 18 or 19, my word didn't mean shit. So, yeah. And Mr. Jawasaski here, it would help if you listened for your name instead of kept popping in all the time. But, yeah.
So whatever he tells me, okay, I want to see what the drug test says. I have a sneaky suspicion what I think, but we shall see. If you take off, if you don't go do the drug test, because I'm ordering you to come back. If you don't come back, I'm gonna make your bomb high, your head is gonna spin 50 miles an hour. Do you understand? No more weapons.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's do that. Let's send him for a drug test and then he's got to come right back and we'll go from there.
Offense report didn't note the other juvenile.
So was it juvenile?
It doesn't note it at all.
Didn't it? Okay, doesn't matter.
Okay, so I don't know what constitutes illegally carrying a firearm, whether it was he just doesn't have a permit to carry, or whether it was a open carry permit and he had it concealed, or what. I don't know what the details of that case are, and it's very hard for me to guesstimate on what direction that's going to head. I will definitely keep an eye out for you. If anything interesting happens in that case, I will, as always, update you guys.
Rachel, wave the feet, please. Hold on a second. I had Eric here. Hold on.
Oh, nice candy cane bow tie, by the way, Judge. Might have gone nice with Crazy Shoot Friday, but it still looks pretty good on this attire.
Eric.
He's calling for one of the journeys.
Is the button hit?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, there you are. Who's your client, Eric?
Nicholas Cruz.
Page 12.
And this attorney's internet connection is not so great.
And they have it backwards on the docket. They have it Cruz Nicholas.
Yeah. So, yeah, we need to do a name change. Are you Nicholas Cruz? Mr. Cruz, you're charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will.
Again, another unlawful carrying. I don't understand it. Either you're licensed to carry, and it's either open carry or closed carry, concealed carry, or you're not licensed. Yeah. My guess is, given the age of this one and the last defendant, probably not licensed to carry and not licensed to pack heat. So, yeah.
Will be used against you. Just so you know, you're not here alone. Your lawyer's here with us on Zoom, just the TVs aren't working, otherwise you'd be able to see it. All right? Okay.
2024, officers were dispatched to a drive-by shooting at a little bit after midnight. Officers received a description of a black Jeep with blue lights on the wheels and a light bar on top of the vehicle. Officers observed 2 spent shell casings on the ground at the scene. Officers located the vehicle, returning to the location and conducted a traffic stop. They located a AR pistol, a Taurus located in the floorboard, and a box of ammo in the front seat of in a backpack. The defendant's 18 years old.
At least he's dressed tidy, and he's not carrying a stank attitude either so far. So he's got those 2 points headed for him.
Was he the driver? Was he the shooter? What happened to the other person? I'd sure like a lot more info. And what kind of damage was there? Did they hit the house? Any damage?
You don't have any information about the damage.
Just Cruz. There's an AR, drive-by shooting.
They found a pistol, Judge, an AR pistol, and
Yeah.
there's nothing in the DIMS that indicates that they investigated anything other than a UCW.
All right, I'm gonna be
Shame.
following up on this one, but.
Yeah, I mean,
At this point.
you're lucky you're not charged with multiple felonies with this. I'm sending you for a drug test right now. I want to know what is in your system, and then you must come back.
Yeah. I also want to know what group of people you've got ties with, because you're not going to have ties with them at all.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
If you don't come back, life's not going to go well for you, because I'm going to make your bond sky high, Mr. Cruz.
This way.
Here it is, Your Honor. A witness explained to the officer that moments prior, a black Jeep in color with blue lights passed his home and began shooting. The witness said open lot.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Eric, we need to talk more about this when he gets back. I want to see what, if anything, is in the system. Do you want to chat me your cell phone number, and then when he gets back here, I can reach out to you and we can talk more?
Yeah, Judge, I have your cell. I'll send you a text.
Say that again?
I said, I have your cell. I'll text you right now.
Okay, thanks. I'll chat you when he gets back here.
Yeah. What's to guarantee that there's weed in there? So he's acting a little bit too smooth, if you know what I mean. I think he's got some weed on board.
Yeah.
Page 2, Arita Jefferson.
What have we got here? Another young fellow who thinks he's all cool.
What's your first name?
Jefferson.
Is it with one F or is it with two?
One F.
Okay. Mr. Arita, you're charged with tampering with a government record. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable
Tampering
cause.
with
You have the right to remain
record.
silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present during any questions.
Okay, this is the first of this type of case I've personally witnessed from a lot of different things. Tampering with a government record. Sounds like it could be anything from just giving the wrong date of birth or social security number through to just creating a fictitious identity.
And interviews with the state of Texas. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you, sir.
On August 10th, 2024, officers conducted a traffic stop on a Chevy Silverado for having no front license plate. During the course of the traffic stop, they observed the back license plate to come back to a 2004. The defendant stated that he had gotten the truck from his friend's house and drove it to a gas station. He stated he traded another car for it.
Mr. Reed, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. How old are you, sir?
18.
Okay, so no front number plate and the back number plate didn't match the vehicle. Alright. Stolen and well, most likely number plate swap happens all too often. And the subtitle says 18. He said 19.
What do you do for a living? Who are you here with today? Do you have a Texas driver license? You're not allowed to drive. I don't care what's going on in your life now. If I find that I'm going to put you in jail, you will not get any more PR bonds. Do you have any more weapons? Don't have any weapons as a result as well.
Yeah, drive it like you stole it takes on a new meaning with this one.
This is an affidavit. This is a promise that you're going to make to me that you're not going to drive. If I find that you drive, I will have a contempt hearing. You'll be facing an additional 6 months in jail every time you drive because it's an offense in and of itself. So if you drive 5 times, I will have 5 different contempt hearings. Do you understand?
Send him for drug testing.
Did you graduate from high school? That's what we're going to work on now. You will work on that with me. I will provide you a lawyer today. But I'm bringing you back in 2 weeks. If you haven't done anything, then life is not going to go well. Do you catch my drift? I'm going to have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. After that, we're going to give you an application for an appointed lawyer, and then I'm going to have you take a seat in the jury box.
All right, Judge, next is page 4. Butler, Stephen, come on up.
Oh, I think we're out of the 18 or 19-year-olds now. Oh man, some of these kids really need a good whack across the bum.
What page?
Page 4, Butler.
They probably needed it a few years ago too, to be honest.
Worry about one thing at a time. Yes, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Butler.
How you doing?
Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Okay. On August 11th, 2024, at approximately 1:22 in the morning, officers conducted a traffic stop for failing to. The defendant was identified as the driver. He had bloodshot eyes, strong odor of alcohol in his breath, and he admitted to drinking alcoholic beverages. They conducted the standard field sobriety tests, 6 of 6 for the HGN, 3 of 8 for the walk and turn, 2 of 4 for the one leg stand. The IPC was read, breath was refused, and a blood warrant was executed and blood was drawn.
Okay, any prior.
All right, so he was drunk or intoxicated while driving. DWI. I would actually like to know what his breath alcohol content came back at.
No, Your Honor. However, the officers did find a 12-ounce, 3/4 empty bottle of Seagram refined oil in the backseat floorboard.
Is he charged with the open container?
I don't believe so.
You need to understand that if officers find an open container in your car, it's a minimum of 5 days in jail flat to any sentence that is given when you're charged with DWI. Mr. Butler, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Do you have a valid Texas driver license?
Yes, sir.
Do you have valid liability insurance in your name?
Yes, sir.
I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you consume alcohol and kind of dope, I'll revoke your bond, put you in jail. You will not get your more PR bonds.
All right, sir.
You understand?
Your Honor, I had a letter that was written by the upper administration at the university that I work for. I wanted to present it to you.
You need a lawyer. I can't really talk to you about the case, you know. There's
Sir, two options: hire yourself a lawyer, or take advantage of the court-appointed lawyer, and then, through the lawyer, present that letter. Don't bother trying to present it now.
there's always two sides to the story. I get it, but I can't take a document from you without presenting it to the DA, and anything you say they're going to use against you, whether it's spoken, written, you know, Swahili, whatever it is. So it's at this point, you'll get the opportunity to fight your case. Just now's not the time.
Yes, sir.
The only thing I'm going to advise you is that this is a DWI. There's a lot of timing requirements, so you need a lawyer to represent you with this, because there's a lot of timing requirements where you may potentially lose your license. So we're going to give you 30 days to hire a lawyer, but don't wait that. Get on it quick.
Sir.
So I will have you first meet with Victoria. We'll have you sign a reset. After that, you'll get with Rachel for your bond conditions, and after that, you'll be free to go. Okay?
What? Not even mentioning. Well, asking if he's indigent enough, or what he earns, so he's got the possibility of a court-appointed judge. Jeepers. I mean, I guess he works for a university, so he's probably making more than a couple thousand a month, so he's got plenty of money to afford a lawyer.
Good, sir.
All right, John.
Good morning, Mr. Cabrera. Sir, you're charged with terroristic threat. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do
Okay, terroristic threat. Sounds like we've got a low-key terrorist in court.
probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On August 9th, officers were dispatched to a terrorist threat call at a home. Complainant stated he was cleaning the outside of his home. When the defendant grabbed the garbage can and threw it at the complainant's vehicle, the complainant got in his car to go to the store, and then the defendant got in the way of his car, so he couldn't leave the driveway. Complainant then went into his garage. The defendant started making cat noises and called the complainant a pussy and stated, "I am going to whoop your ass." The complainant ignored the defendant in order to avoid an altercation, but the defendant got closer to the garage.
What the heck's this? Defendant started making cat noises and called the plaintiff a pussy? Okay. Weird. I mean, I guess anything you say can and will be used against you, so it just seems a bit funny.
Continued his taunting. The complainant stated that he was in fear for his safety. A witness stated that she saw the defendant tell the complainant that he wants to have a one-on-one fight. And the defendant stated that they were just having a family feud.
The relationship here, are they just next door neighbors? Do you know?
I'm not sure, Your Honor. The victims didn't clarify what the relationship between the parties were.
Okay. Mr. Cabrera, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with this person and not to go within 200 feet of where they live or where they work. Do you understand? If you violate these conditions, I will put you in jail. You will not get any PR bonds, sir. No weapons is part of this agreement as well.
Hopefully so.
We're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. So first, I'm going to have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. After that, I'll have you take a seat in the jury box while we get your bond conditions, while you sign it, and then you'll be free to go, sir.
All right, Judge.
All right. So terroristic threat, more like a threat to life, by the sounds of it, instead of terroristic threat. Threat to life would have been a better charge. But yeah.
Next is page 5, Cummings, come on up.
Hey, Damien, what's up, man?
Hey, Ben.
Are you on a specific case or what?
I just came here to stop. You better go up to 13.
All right, so we're into helping lawyers, I think. Well, we might be soon, but this guy in the red is actually legit how you should dress for court. Absolutely top notch. Tie, shirt, tidy, Sunday best. He's not looking disheveled and like a bum. He knows how to approach the court.
Yeah.
Good morning, Mr. Cummings.
Morning, Jack.
Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right attorney present. If you can afford one will be appointed to you, sir. Cummings. Yeah, Derek Cummings.
Officers were dispatched to a 3-car wreck. The reportee advised that she was rear-ended by a white Volvo while she was sitting at the light. This pushed her into another vehicle, which was in front of her. That other vehicle left the scene before the officers arrived. The officers met with the defendant, who was already out of his vehicle and searching for something on his passenger seat. Officers smelled the strong odor of alcohol in his breath and observed that he had glassy red eyes, and he was unable to balance. The defendant was detained because he could not stand on his own. He advised that he was driving back to his apartment after watching a fight. They conducted the standard field sobriety tests, 6 to 6 for the HGN. Defendant refused the walk and turn to one leg stand. Officers read the DIC. Breath was refused, blunt warrant was executed, and blood was drawn.
He's on felony bond for an evading arrest in a motor vehicle.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
It's set for trial next month.
Is there an order in that case not to drive?
Just to be sure.
Mr. Cummings, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Do you have a valid Texas driver license, sir?
Yes, sir.
Do you have valid liability insurance in your name?
Yes, sir.
Can you run this license, please?
Sure.
I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming anything, I will put you in jail. You understand?
Yes, sir.
You will not get any more PR bonds from us. You're on felony bond for an evading in a motor vehicle. It's very possible they revoke that and put you in jail. So I would be on the lookout for that. Do you understand? We're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. So I'm going to have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. Then you will get the rate for your bond conditions. Then we'll send you on your way. Don't pick up any new cases. Do you understand? All right.
Yeah. This guy's on a felony and another trial for evading in a motor vehicle. And he shows up to court here under DWI. I think I'd be making this guy's ass grass, to be honest with you.
Driving condition, all he had was what he gave him, there's no arguing.
Got it.
Alright, to page 6, Danby, come on up.
Mr. Ballantyne,
Morning, Judge. How are you?
you were here first, so I wanted to hit you first.
I appreciate it. We were
No.
just trying to take care of some business with.
Housekeeping?
Yes.
So is this Ms. Denby, right?
Yes.
Good morning, Ms. Denby. Ma'am, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one, and one will be appointed to you, man. Okay.
The complainant and the defendant are in a dating relationship. On August 4th, 2024, officers were dispatched in reference to a family disturbance. Dispatch heard a verbal disturbance over the phone. This defendant stated that they were out celebrating complainant's birthday.
Okay. If I had the Love Boat scene, I would play it right now. This is nothing but Low Talk with Mike status, this one.
When they had a verbal disagreement, the defendant left the location in an Uber. The defendant was on the porch with her daughter drinking wine when the complainant arrived. The complainant went up to the defendant, took the complainant's phone, placed it in his pocket. Defendant attacked complainant by scratching his face. Complainant placed the phone on the table and went upstairs. Defendant followed him while yelling. Complainant barricaded himself in the child's room, and defendant continued to bang on the door and yell obscenities at the complainant. Complainant opened up the door. The defendant charged at him and continued to attack. Complainant was able to move defendant out of the way and go downstairs. The complainant felt pain on his face and called 911, and the officers saw visible injuries on his face.
Okay, so someone's an ugly drunk. That's what I'm hearing.
So alcohol was a factor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Denby, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming any kind of dope or alcohol, I will put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand? Tell me about the relationship, Mr. Ballantyne. Is that something?
They've got 3 children, 11, 9, and 6. He's here this morning. He's already met with the
Okay. Okay. You've verified that?
Yes, Your Honor. David came up, this is what David was talking to me about a second ago.
So Miss, I am entering in what's called a magistrate's order for emergency protection that identifies Britton Denby as a protected individual. You cannot commit family violence or an assault against this person, commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072, which is a stalking statute. You cannot threaten, harass, use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot be in possession of a weapon. This usually comes with a residential restriction, meaning that you cannot go within 200 feet of the residence. I will take that off. So my wishes always are to honor the wishes of the complaining witness in any case. And if they want to have contact with harassing contact with him, I don't know what kind of relationship you have with him. If it's the kind that you're constantly butting heads, that you're constantly fighting, that you can't get along, then I would be understand what is threatening or harassing. Doesn't matter what you think. I could care less what you think. It's what they perceive. So can conduct alone violate this? If I go like this, Is that threatening or harassing? It most certainly is. So that's why I'm telling you, be careful. There's a lot of vindictive people here. There's a lot of mean people in this world. And there's a lot of people that will hold it against you. No threatening, harassing. No weapons. Do you have any questions? Okay. So for now, what we'll do is I will have you meet with, first I'll have you meet with Victoria to sign a reset. You will eventually meet with, I am going to wait your appearance because you have a lawyer. He will tell you if and when you have to come back to court. If he tells me that he can't get a hold of you because you're playing games and not responding to phone calls, text messages, I will issue a warrant for your arrest.
Ah, Lord, I need to clip that and pass it through to Law Talk with Mike. That was delicious. I know it's only her arraignment probable cause, but yeah, it truly needs his love boat on this one for sure.
Mr. Ballinger, I will take off the residence. That way you guys can have a copy of this.
Actually, I'll see if I can identify. So, around about 56 minutes into the live stream.
For sure, of course. Thanks for being patient.
Right, Judge, next is page 6.
I'll actually do a proper recording of
Page
that one.
6, David, come on up.
You can't tell me what to do.
You might be, but thank you for showing up anyhow, Grant.
Good morning, sir.
Sorry for my time.
How are you?
I got shorts.
I'm glad you made it. But, or you wearing shorts?
Yeah, I'm wearing shorts.
Okay. Next time, don't. Okay. Well,
Page 6, Your Honor.
okay.
Like, how terrible? Is it like popcorn or what? Because I'm hearing it loud and clear. And I don't know what's up with the high vis vest on this one. But to me, this is, again, yeah, probably something you shouldn't wear into court. Jittering? Not sure why. I've got stable internet connection. Yeah, maybe.
Good morning, Mr. Davis.
Still would have
So you're
taken
charged with
his-
assault of a family member.
his
You're
top
facing
off,
up
though.
to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. Hey, please. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
Your Honor, on January 3rd, 2024, in Harris County, officers were dispatched to an apartment complex. The call slip stated the reporting was hit by her boyfriend. Officers met with the complainant witness. The complainant and the defendant are in a dating relationship and live together. The complainant was trying to sleep and the defendant was disturbing her. The complainant asked the defendant to leave and began putting his
Oh my, it seems like we've got a lot of familial assault going on here today. And honestly, how long does it take to remove a high-vis vest? Even if you're holding it, it's better than wearing it in court.
His step outside. The defendant hit the complainant in the face, causing pain. Officers noted a bloody laceration on the complainant's lip. The defendant fled on foot before the officers arrived.
So you said he punched her in the face? Is that what he did? Okay. Mr. Davis, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with this person. Do you understand? I'm also ordering you not to be in possession of weapons as well. If you violate these conditions, you got out of jail because we gave you a free bond. You're not going to get another one. So if you violate these conditions, I'm going to put your bond at $5,000 to $10,000. And if you don't have anyone to pony up that money for you, what happens? You'll be stuck like Chuck, right? So keep that in mind when you're out in the free world, because if you do something boneheaded out there, that's it. A protective order was issued on the 9th of this month. I would get to know it, because if you do something to violate the protective order, the state can and will file an additional case against you of violation of a protective order. It's one of the worst cases you can pick up, because at that point you violate things. I can hold you at zero bond in custody.
Next
What do you
to
do
the
for a living,
hard
sir?
R word,
I do handyman work.
otherwise known as full-on sexual assault.
Is that a steady income? How much money you make a month?
I'm sorry, I can't hear him.
Give me a number. What do you do a month? You want to apply for an appointed lawyer? Okay.
I couldn't hear him. Not speaking loud enough for the mic, so I can't tell you what he earned a month. But if he's in contracting, like I think that top suggests, he's probably on about 600 to 1,000 a month.
I will appoint your lawyer today. I don't want any issues though. Just behave yourself and have patience. Don't say anything, really. I'm just trying to put you on notice. That's it. Vic, I already have an application on file. So I'm going to have you go to Victoria. We'll have you sign a reset. After that, I'm going to leave the bond conditions of no.
Hey, Judge,
Contact,
deal with
no
Mr.
weapons.
Jaworski next.
And then I'm going to have you talk to someone here momentarily. That's the protection.
They gave me one for the protective order and they gave me one for the bond.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm going to have you sign one so that I know exactly what it's on file. Okay. All right.
And that may have been the wrong thing to say around the defender, the public defender. But Mr. Jaworski here has been popping in and out on and off video this entire time. Yeah. Judge, just freaking call him and find out what he's here for.
Please. Is that good enough, Your Highness? Your worshipfulness?
All right, Judge, next is page 7, Diaz, come on up.
Oh no, we got a Diaz.
Hey, what does this mean?
Yes.
Francisco Jimenez.
Okay, it's obviously not Jaworski's case.
Page 7, Diaz.
Transito Diaz.
Morning, sir.
You speak English, huh?
50%.
Would you like a translator? Why do we do it just in case? Great timing, Luis. Wow. Are you clairvoyant? You can go play the lottery. Mr. Diaz, you were charged with terroristic threat.
Translator just walked in.
It is
at
of a
the right
household
time.
or family member. That kicks it up to a Class A misdemeanor. So you are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say
I
can
hate
or will
when
be
they
used against
say
you.
it's a terroristic threat to a family member.
On July
It's a threat
26th,
of life.
2024. The complainant
Yeah.
came to the police station
Point blank.
to report that her husband threatened to kill her. They've been separated for 2 years, and she's in the process of filing divorce. The complainant works at a beauty salon. The defendant happens to live at that beauty salon. The defendant turned the water off at the salon and threatened that he would kill her, and that he didn't care if he went to jail. The complainant stated that she is afraid of defendant, and that he has.
He said he didn't care if he went to jail. Well, there you go, Judge. Slam him up.
Threatened her in the past, and she was identified by her Texas driver's license. His criminal history does include 2 attempted murders.
I was, for as sweet and as innocent as Mr. Diaz looks, I see a prior aggravated assault, 2 prior attempted murder cases. Tell me, any same complaining witness?
The attempted murders are from 1993, so we have no information on them. The system hasn't updated that yet.
See if I can fix it. What about the aggravated assault? Can you find anything on that?
Okay, so he's got a whole bunch of priors, and he's threatened to kill his soon-to-be ex-wife. Because apparently they're going through the divorce proceedings, but I still can't get past it. He stated, "Take me to jail. I don't care if I go to jail." Judge, take that literally. Throw his ass in jail. God's sake.
He caused bodily harm to a male by using a deadly weapon, namely a firearm, Your Honor. It was placed under deferred.
So he went to deferred for deadly harm with
Mr.
fire
Diaz, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I am ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using anything, I will put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. I'm ordering you not to have any contact with this person and not to be in possession of weapons. Do you understand the conditions? I don't know who you have in your life, but if you violate this, I'm telling you, Mr. Diaz, I will protect every single person in this county. If that means putting your bond at 200,000, I'm going to do it in a second. You are on notice now. No contact means no contact from any means. Phone calls, text messages, smoke signals, social media. Do you understand? So this is not the proper time. I have a bunch of district attorneys in here, and everything you say, they're going to use it against you. Tell me, how old are you, Mr. Diaz? Are you employed at this moment?
Ya tengo el negocio. Soy el
I'm the owner of that property.
So you have income then?
Not now, because the economy is broke.
You tell me that you own several properties. What does that mean?
No,
Or you have several businesses?
no. That's all
Oh,
My children's.
get a lawyer and shut.
What did he just tell you? That
He owns that business, the property for the.
It's ours, it's a family company.
so this is a family business then? How much do you earn from the family business a month?
Al mes de parte del negocio de familias.
500, 600.
500, 600?
Yes.
The complainant also works through your honor.
500 or 600 what? 1,000?
No, al mes, porque ahorita trabajo.
So $500,
We open just
$600
only
a month.
for 5 hours a day. We open just 4 hours a day. We close early because the business is not good. They only stay there because the property is ours property. That's why we don't pay rent.
Okay, I will give you an application, but I want to know everything about you. I want to know what kind of car you drive, stocks, bonds, IRAs, how much money you have in the bank, how many bank accounts you have, how many businesses you have, what kind of property, if you have any assets.
Oh my god, this guy's a hot mess. Okay, he's Spanish. Oh, he's a Spanish speaker. He speaks 50% English apparently, but he doesn't understand damn near anything. It's a hot mess.
Trailers. I need to know everything about you, and then I'll take a look at your financial. Mr. Diaz, no contact. Do you understand?
No, this is not happening, nothing, because the officer's coming.
I'm not going to talk to you about the case. All I want you to understand is that I'm ordering you not to have contact with. So deputy will give you an application. I will have you fill out a reset, and then we will have you take a seat in the jury box where we have you fill that out, sir. And then Logan, if you can follow those conditions.
Bloody oath. That guy was a hot mess. I wonder how much he actually understands, because he seems like he's one of those guys who will live in another country that's not his home country for ages and not even bother to try and understand the very basic of laws. That's just the vibe I get from him. Unfortunately, there is a bunch of those over here in New Zealand, and every time I run into them as security, which is my day job, it absolutely peeves me off. But I've got to maintain somewhat professional demeanor, and yeah.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, no, that's a good idea. I forgot about it. I'll do it on the come around.
Fernandez, come on up.
Okay, no, hold on. Mr. Diaz, one more thing, sorry. Luis. I'm going to do one more thing, Mr. Diaz. I'm entering in what's called a magistrate's order for emergency protection. This is a court order that identifies Leticia Segura as a protected individual. You cannot commit family violence or an assault against this person. Commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, which is a stalking statute. You cannot threaten, harass, use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot be in possession of a weapon or go within 200 feet of 4690 Burke Road, apartment 61. If you violate this court order, listen. I want you to listen, and you can talk to me later. This is a court order that I expect you to live by. And if you violate this, the state will file an additional charge against you. This is a protective order where you cannot go within 200 feet of where she lives or where she works. Do you understand? She can work there. You just can't go there.
I don't go, but stay beside me. The restaurant.
You're not within 200 feet, then you will be fine. I will have you speak to a lawyer today. All right. I don't want there to be any issues, and I'm not going to set you up to fail. Okay. So I'll have you speak to someone and we'll get down to it. Okay. All right. Jayla Hernandez. Ms. Hernandez, you're charged with theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, man.
Hey, she does this actually look like I want.
On August 10th, 2024, officers were dispatched to a shoplifter called Target. Loss prevention reported the defendant and her 14-year-old companion placed the following items in bags and proceeded to walk past all points of sale. The total value was $748.93. The items were 5 Lego sets and 2 headphones.
Holy crud, she's only 14. And she's taken $48 worth of stuff from Target? Oh man. Some parents need to learn how to parent better.
Your dad. Thank you so much for coming. Do you know what she's charged with? She's charged with theft. She's facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. Looks like it's from Target, and you said it's around over $700.
$48, Your Honor.
Okay. Who is the 14-year-old companion?
I don't have her initials, Your Honor. I assume it's probably her sister. JM.
Is that right?
No, it's one of her friends.
Okay.
Okay. Ms. Hernandez, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to go back to any Target. Do you understand? If I find that you go back to Target, I'm going to put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. How old are you? What do you do for a living, man? A theft case is probably one of the worst cases that you can pick up. When you are branded a thief, you'll never get a good job. If you want to apply for any kind of financial aid to go to college, not with the theft conviction. You're 17 and you're shooting yourself in the foot before your life is even. This is not. Everyone makes mistakes, though, right? We're all human, but the idea is that you learn from the mistake. Because if you don't, you will end up with a perpetual number on your back wearing orange, and it's not a good life to have. I promise you, this life is about 2 things, right? Money and education. And if you don't have either, it's a crappy life. It's hard enough as it is. Everyone wants to see you fail. Everyone wants to see you put down. So you have to rise up against them. This is not the way to do it. Dad, tell me, how can I help?
Well, like I said,
Because you know her better than I do. Is she out of control? Is she using any kind of marijuana? Is she using anything?
this is very unexpected for her. She has a job, she works at Starbucks and everything. And she just got mixed up with the wrong crowd. And
Perhaps she's 17. You're the one that's near the adult, not the 14-year-old. You know, when people tell me, man, I was with the wrong person, baloney. Could be that you are the wrong person. There are no mistakes. There are choices. That's what it is. You didn't make a mistake. This is a choice. If I drug test you right now, what's going to show up? Are you sure?
Nothing.
I'm sending you right now. I want to send it for a drug test. I want to see what, if anything, is in there. And then I'm going to have you, I want you to come back. You're ordered to come back. If you don't, I'll issue a warrant. I'm going to make your bond sky high. I'm sending you for a drug test. I want to know what, if anything, is in your system. And then we'll talk when you get back. I will.
Honestly, there's got to be something there, because that's not normal behavior. And yeah, if she was with a 14-year-old and did this, she's gonna have the little crack down on her a lot harder than the 14-year-old will. For real.
We'll give you a lawyer and I will pay for everything for you so you won't have to pay anything out of your pocket. Okay? I'll help you out as much as I can, but first things first, let's see if she's clean or not. That's what I want to know. And assuming if she's clean, we'll go from there. If not, we'll find a different attack route. Huh?
Okay.
Okay. So if you just guys want to hang out with me, I'm going to have Rachel get with you for a second, send you for a drug test, and then we'll have you come right back. Okay? All right. Thanks.
Have a seat. Can you do one more? Just have a minute. It's page 10. Jackson, Victoria, come on up.
Yeah, that was a sad case, that one. Someone is not very strong on the parenting side of
it. Good morning, Ms. Jackson. Ma'am, you're charged with assault, bodily injury. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. Looks like probable cause has already been found in your case. Why is it that you don't show up to court? Why is it that you don't show up to court?
I'm sorry, Miss Jackson, but I'd just about throw up if I was you on that question too. But no, seriously, there's a lot of people who could do with a lot better, who could have done or could do with a lot firmer parenting these days. Seriously.
Vehicles broke.
Vehicles broke up.
So just because of that, you can't show up?
And there's no bus, or you can't Zoom. Eh? Yeah. Thought so.
Oh, that's not an issue.
If you ever fail to show up, I will make your bond so high that you will be stuck in custody. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand me? Jay, can we do? Actually, we haven't done probable cause. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you, man. Okay, Logan, please.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Please.
On June 16th, 2024, officers were dispatched to a disturbance at a Swift gas station. Officers met with the complainant, who stated that he's an employee and he's a stranger to the defendant.
He said he's no stranger to the event?
He is a stranger.
Please, okay.
The complainant said that they have a problem with vagrants stealing and leaving trash everywhere. He stated that he approached the defendant, asked her to be mindful. She got upset, threatened to kill him, and became further upset and struck him 3 times with a fist in the lip, causing him to feel pain.
Yes,
Your Honor.
Ms. Jackson, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward. I'm ordering you not to go back to this location. Do you understand? I'm going to have you sign a reset, and then I'm going to have you take a seat in the jury box while I find you a lawyer, man. Please.
We're just like All right, Judge, next is page 11, Jones. Gerald, come on up.
You say this is Gerald Jones?
All right. Now this guy looks like a bum in his boot, but at least he's got a half tidy button down. So yeah, wonder what he done. Let's wait for the judge to get his stuff together.
Mr. Jones, do you have a lawyer today?
Sir.
Your case is 1,533 days old. I'm going to appoint you a lawyer and we figure out what happens with your case today.
1,533 days old. Moly, that is an old court case. No, they usually don't let court cases go that long, not without making your ass grass in jail. And once you're in jail, you sort it out whether you got a lawyer or not. Damn.
I think I ruined my voice trying to sing.
Trying to sing or
Yeah.
or no, sorry, it must have been singing opera.
Yeah.
This guy looks like he's just ruined his life. Don't ask me what he's.
I was trying to sing Uptown Girl.
Don't ask me what this guy's in for, but he looks like he's ruined his life.
Take a seat for me in the jury box.
And of course, the judge is going to send him to the jury box to find a appointed lawyer for him. So he doesn't look like an absolute clown.
Good morning, Ms. Parks.
Oh, good morning.
Ma'am, you're charged with discharging a firearm in the metropolitan area. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you.
Thank you, Your Honor. On August 9th, 2024, officers were dispatched to a residence where they met with a resident who was concerned about someone firing a gun along the fence area, which separates two properties. She stated that two white males were walking along the fence line when she heard the gunshot. Officers observed a vehicle with a white male pull into the property. That man stated he lived there and he had a roommate. Officers detained the roommate, who was another white male, and recovered a 9mm Luger spent casing from where the witness said that she heard the gunshot. The detained man told the officers that the defendant was the one shooting because she was trying to learn how to handle a gun. She had just got the gun and was learning how to clean oil and shoot it. She fired. That man advised officers that she fired it after oiling it in order to ensure that it would not jam. She just fired it to the ground. The detained man pointed her out, and the defendant stated that she had ordered a gun, but it had not arrived yet.
She ordered a gun?
Yes, Your Honor.
She has a felony conviction.
Yes, Your Honor. It was a black and silver Taurus with extended magazine in plain view. One round had been fired from that gun. The address is within the city limits of Houston.
Understand what, I mean, you should be charged with felon in possession of a weapon, ma'am. You're looking at a minimum of 2 years, a maximum of 10 years in prison. You have a felony conviction. You're not allowed to have a weapon. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to be in possession of weapons, ma'am.
Oh my gosh.
What do you do for a living?
Crying. Yeah.
How much money do you make a month?
Maybe around like, it depends. It's up and down.
On average, what do you make a month? On average, what do you make a month?
I'm gonna say
It's like around maybe about 15 maybe.
Okay, and where do you live?
I stay off of the southwest side
Live with?
myself.
Pay rent? Do you?
Yes.
I'm trying to determine whether you need a court-appointed lawyer or whether you have the ability to hire a lawyer on your own. That's why I'm asking these questions.
Okay.
If you're going to give me vague and just non-responsive answers, I'm just going to reset your case to give you time to go hire a lawyer. Is that what you'd like to do? Okay. I am ordering you, like I said, no weapons whatsoever. If you violate these conditions, I will put you in jail. And like I said earlier, you should be charged with a felony offense. It's very possible that they sit there and indict you. So I would be.
Okay, this gal's got some stink attitude on her. This gal's got some stink attitude on her. Plus, I'd definitely say she's more than likely guilty of whatever she's charged with. So, yeah.
It's windy and wet in Auckland, babe.
Yeah.
Be very, very careful. And I would also get a lawyer as quick as possible. I'm going to have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. I'm going to have you then take a seat in the jury box while we get your bond conditions. We'll have you sign it, and then you'll be free to go, man. Please.
All right, Judge, next is 17, Smiley, come on up.
Okay, so this is the one Frederick's guy. Frederick was here yesterday, remember?
Is he on Zoom? I think he said he's like Zoom on, right?
I don't know. All right, good morning, Mr. Smiley. Sir, you're charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On August 9th, 2024, officers observed a motorcycle going 120 miles per hour, 65 mile per hour zone.
120.
Yes, sir. The motorcycle had no rear license plate and unauthorized lighting. Officers attempted to conduct a traffic stop, but the defendant drove away and began to evade at a high rate of speed, ultimately getting up to 122 miles per hour. He ran multiple lights and was driving in between vehicles.
He got done at around 22 miles an hour. God damn, that's not a fair ride. No, that's a fair speed. 122 miles an hour.
That's got to be about 200 kilometers an hour.
Number one, bruh. Put at least a clean polo on. Get rid of that crap on your shirt. The dreadlocks aren't helping your case either.
I don't look like a gangster, dude.
Get rid of that shirt. Put a clean polo shirt on or button-down shirt on. You don't need a tie, but anything to make you look a little bit cleaner. Jeez.
These vehicles shadowed behind, and visual was maintained by a helicopter. The total pursuit was 9.96 miles. The defendant then pulled into a gas station. Officers attempted to stop the driver there, but he again pulled away. Eventually, he ended up at a dead end where he dumped the motorcycle and hid in the woods. Officers set up a perimeter, and canines located the defendant. The defendant had an empty firearm holster on his waist. The firearm was in a nearby bush. It was a black Glock Gen 5 9mm. The defendant admitted to throwing it into the bush.
Black Glock 9mm.
Mr. Smiley, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Can you imagine at 122 miles per hour, if you fall off the bike, what's going to happen?
No, Judge. You just said his last name was Smiley? Really? His last name is Smiley? His last name would be Dead if he came off the bike at 122 miles an hour. Period. Jeepers.
What's going to happen? No more Mr. Smiley, Mr. Frowny. That's what's going to happen. You'll be carnage on the side of the road at 122 miles an hour. You'll be mangled garbage on the side of the road, Mr. Smiley. And all that has to happen is the slightest. I am taking away your privilege to drive. I don't care what is going on in your life. You will be signing an affidavit with me today, promising me you're not going to drive. I don't care what it is, a moped, a motorcycle. If I find that you drive, I will have a contempt hearing. You'll be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. Do you understand? This is an affidavit that you will also promise to me that you're not to be in possession of weapons. One false move, you'll be spending a lot of time with me. And I'm not a fun person to hang out with. Do you understand?
No, he doesn't understand, Judge. He's gonna drive when he wants to, the way he wants to, and whatever he freaking well wants to. Seriously, this guy has no grasp on how seriously he could be injured if he came off a bike at 120 plus miles an hour, or if he drove a car 120 plus miles an hour into a brick wall. Both scenarios are pretty, yeah. Let's just say he would be FUBAR. Would be nice.
What date are the felonies set for? Okay. We are going to put your case for the same day as the felonies that are set for. What do you do for a living, Mr. Smiley? Doing what? So it's a full-time job. Okay. I'm gonna have you come up here, swear to us that you're not gonna drive, that you're not gonna be in possession of weapons, and then you'll be on your way. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with Frederick. If he tells me that he can't get a hold of you.
They have the defendant's mic off for some silly reason today. Usually that mic never gets turned off, but yeah.
Because you're playing games, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. I promise you now, there are no more PR bonds for you. Do you understand? I will do everything in my power to protect Harris County. At 120, if you would have hit someone, you would have killed them. And then you're charged with vehicular homicide. Think before you act.
Next is page 2122, Washington. Come on up.
Michael Washington.
Oh, good.
Mr.
More
Washington, you're
a whole lot
charged
shorter
with
though.
reckless driving. You're also charged with unlawful carrying of
And
a
a
weapon.
clean top.
On the gun case, you're facing a year. On your other case, you're facing up to 30 days and or a $500 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to.
So shorter dreadlocks, or a different hairstyle altogether, and a clean black t-shirt. I approve, even though it still looks a little bit tacky. It's a lot better than what we have seen in court.
Have an attorney present if you cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you, sir.
On August 8th, 2004, officers observed a street takeover in a parking lot of the Restaurant Depot on West 20th Street. Approximately 80 to 100 vehicles were there. Undercover officers observed the suspect vehicle do two donuts within 10 feet of the light pole inside the parking lot, maintain visuals on the car until a marked unit could conduct a traffic stop. The driver was identified as the defendant, and the defendant had a little passenger in his car with a Glock in the glove compartment.
Mr. Washington, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Do you have a valid Texas driver license? Liability insurance.
Yes, sir.
I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to participate in any more street takeovers, reckless driving, donuts, anything of this nature. If I find that you do, the first thing I will do is I'll put you in jail. The next thing I will take your privilege to drive away from you permanently. Do you understand? Living in a city as big as Houston without the ability to drive blows. It's a privilege, not a right. I'm also ordering you not to be in possession of any weapons as well. How old are you, sir?
21.
What do you do for a living?
Like a lot.
How much money do you make a month? We're going to give you time to hire a lawyer. So I'm first going to have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. After that, I'll have you take a sit in the jury box while I get your bond conditions. We'll have you sign it, and then you'll be free to go. No more boneheaded move out there. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Otherwise, I'm going to keep you.
Yeah.
All right, Judge, next is page 23. Williams, come on up.
That guy was just.
Ms. Denby.
That guy was just. Oh my gosh. He's one of the guys I despise on the roads. To be honest, I hate those guys. Around here, we call them boy racers, but they are just an absolute menace at the best of times. And a lot of the time, they don't have the comprehension of just how much their actions can actually fuck someone's life up. If they were to hit someone, or if they were to, I don't know, if they were to hit anything doing what they do. So, yeah. I'll take the next couple of cases and I might call it there.
Are you Matasia Williams?
Yes, sir.
Miss Williams, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. Do probable cause. You have the right to anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
On October 8th, 2019, officers were dispatched to a one-car accident. The defendant had red, glossy eyes and odor of alcohol on her breath. She admitted to one drink. There were 0 of 6 clues on the HGN because the defendant was crying and kept moving her head. 8 of 8 for the walk and turn. 4 of 4 for the one leg stand. A DIC was read, breath was consented to. The result was 0.089 and 0.089. And she had a prior DWI arrest out of Louisiana.
So 0.009 above the limit. Yeah. Not a huge amount over, but it's enough to call it intoxicated. Hell, if you're even at the limit, I'd say you're intoxicated. So, yeah.
Not only that, but this case is nearly 1,774 days old. Ma'am, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. On one ankle, I'm going to put a GPS monitor so where I know where you are at all times. On your other ankle, I'm ordering you to obtain a scram device so I know that you're not consuming alcohol. If I find that you consume anything, and I'm going to tell you now, I already deem you a flight risk because of how old your case is. You
I
ever
didn't know about it.
take off on me again, I will make your bond $50,000. Do you understand?
Yes, but I didn't know about my case.
You were given a general order bond in 2019. You signed stating that you had to come to court. So
That was my first time in trouble. Like, I didn't know anything about none of that.
Bullshit. Kaboom. Bullshit. Oh my gosh. Like, your case is over 1,700 days old, and you've been done with a very minor DWI to the point it could probably be a misdemeanor, and you didn't know you had to show up for court because, quote, it was my first time, Judge. Bullshit. It was the first time you got caught. Probably not the first time you're drunk and drove.
a prior DWI from Louisiana.
I didn't know nothing about that either.
Perhaps therein lies the problem. But I'm now going to put both monitors on you, and I'm giving you a warning. If you consume anything, if you take off on me again, I'm going to make your bond sky
I
high.
take care of my kids. I stay in Houston. I don't do that. My kids have disability. I don't go anywhere. I don't.
No, you've got a disability. It's called shut your goddamn mouth. Also, Judge, send her every type of testing you can. Drugs and alcohol. Find out what comes back, because something's not right here.
That was years ago. I'm not even that type of person anymore. I take care of my kids. I stay home. That's literally what I do. That was when I was partying. I'm not that type of person anymore.
You know how many people tell me that the sky and the moon are black when I come in here? All I know is you have a prior DWI, and your case now is 1,700, nearly 1,800 days old. We set cases for trial at 180 days. Your case is 100 days times past that. Do you have an income, Ms. Williams?
No, I mean, I give my daughter a disability. I mean, that's the only income I have because I can't work.
That's not an income. That's for your daughter.
Okay, well, that's the only thing I do because I have to take care of her. She have disabilities.
So the only income you have is your daughter's disability allowance. Excuse me? Excuse me? We need to keep this bitch a lawyer, and we need to have one who can whack around the head a few times, because that's the dumbest thing you could say, especially with the prosecutor in the room. Damn. Because now you can be upgraded to illegally using disability funds or committing social funding fraud or whatever it is. She's clueless as the day is long. Her case is almost 1,800 days old. She's as clueless as the day is long.
Will you do a guardian interlock order, please? Do you have a valid Texas driver license, ma'am?
Yes, sir. And I have insurance now on my car.
Can you run your license, please?
I'm trying to get it to go, Your Honor.
I'm ordering you to obtain a guardian interlock on your car. You're not allowed to drive any vehicle that doesn't have an interlock on it. If you're caught driving a vehicle that doesn't have an interlock, you will go to jail. Do you understand?
What is that?
That is a blow and go that you're going to put on your car before you drive to make sure that you don't have alcohol in your
Yes, sir.
system.
Okay.
Rachel, you can waive all the fees as well.
That was a very, very quick yes, sir, once she heard the blow and go. She probably thinks it's a mobile, but not quite that bad.
And correct, both of them. Are all three actually, because a monitor on her car, and then both on her ankle. I will give her a lawyer today and waive all the fees. 3. On notice.
Yes, sir.
One false move, you know what's going to happen. There's absolutely no excuse. I'm paying for everything for you.
Yes, sir.
I'm even giving you a lawyer free. So there's no excuse.
Okay. Yes,
I
sir.
will give you one setting to determine what you're going to do on this case. You have one 30-day setting. At that time, you will come back and tell me whether you want to accept the plea bargain offer from the state or I'll set your case for trial. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And I'm telling you again, you blow me off again, that's it. I'm going to set it extremely high.
I wouldn't have even given her 30 days. I may have given her 14, maybe 20, but not 30. She's, oh my, yeah. Nah. No further thoughts on that one.
So, was it during the driver's license thing? That means that I can't confirm or I can't confirm whether or not she does something.
I have a Louisiana owner, but I don't have a Texas license. So I was like, I can give you
She
that.
told me she had a Texas license, so if she doesn't have a Texas license, I'm not letting you drive. Do you have?
That's what I see on my end. We can run it just to make sure.
I want- yeah.
Sure. Go ahead.
Can you send me the number?
Yeah.
Okay. Was that the last arraignment?
Yes, Judge.
Thank the Lord. Praise the Lord.
Yeah, it's about time. Those arraignments were getting hairy. Especially with that last one.
And then Brandon's PSR upstairs. If you please have the bunk.
Yeah. Mr. Jaworski, I see you. I'll hit you up here momentarily, okay?
Thank you.
Is your client here?
Should be in a jury box.
Okay. Brandon, yeah, come on up.
Okay, so we're helping lawyers out now.
To be warned on this Gina Rodriguez. Let's see if you can request a
Okay, Gina Rodriguez, come up. I'll hit you up next, Mr. Jaworski.
26, last two digits. What cause number?
2522
2126. 216. Yep, got it.
126. All right, are you Gina Rodriguez?
Yes, sir.
Miss Rodriguez, you're charged with assault, bodily injury. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you. Okay.
On July 29, 2024, officers responded to an assault call. The witness translated for the complainant. Witness stated the defendant and defendant's mom came into the store and put in a notice to quit. The complainant does not speak English and made a face when given the information which defendant took as an insult. Defendant told complainant, "You don't have to look at me like that," and began attacking the complainant. The defendant was already upset about scheduling issues. Witness say that the defendant hit the complainant with a closed fist 2 to 3 times to the face, slammed her into the ground, and continued to strike her. The complainant felt pain. Officers observed a scratch on the forehead, red scratches on her neck, a small knot on her right knee. Complainant was seen by EMS. No criminal history.
Where was it? You said it was at a business, right?
Yes, sir. It was at 1635 East San Houston Parkway.
What is that, Brandon?
She's not working there anymore, Judge. What store was it? Rainbow Shops.
It is.
Is it like a jewelry or?
Rainbow Shops. It is a clothing store.
So, Ms. Rodriguez, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact.
All right. So she quit. I went to hand the notice of quitting in, and obviously her and the manager or the employee who took the notice didn't get on very well, and there's a little bit of a scuffle ensued. That's what I'm hearing.
With this person whatsoever, not to go back to the location and not to be in possession of weapons. As long as you can if you don't violate these conditions, you and I will be fine. Otherwise, I will put you in jail. Does she have any prior history? Okay, I will give you a PR bond, ma'am, meaning that you're not going to have to pay to be out in the free world. But this is the only one you're going to get. You will not get another one. So if you don't show up to court when you're supposed to, if you pick up a new case or you violate conditions, into jail you go. The PR bond goes away, and I'll set a $5,000 to $10,000 bond. You understand? You have a lawyer. Good job on having a lawyer. Because you do, I will waive your appearance so you don't have to waste your time coming to court. But you must stay in touch with Mr. Strauss, and he'll tell you when you have to come back to court. Okay? Any bond recommendation, Pavel?
Your Honor, beyond what's been asked of her, I think that's appropriate, Judge.
It was what? I didn't.
There was no contact.
No, bond amount.
Oh, bond amount. I thought you were talking
I
about.
said a bond.
Your Honor, we would ask for 4,500.
4,500?
3,500 PR.
Okay.
You already granted PR, so 4,500.
PR bond, Judge, that's fine.
All right, so I'll set your bond at 3,500. The only reason that would matter is in the event it gets revoked. So that's the starting of where a bond would go if it were to get it revoked. That's why. But I'm going to grant you a PR bond now. So
She got a
Pavel,
lucky
if you can
break
file
on
those
this one.
conditions.
I did, Your Honor.
So for now, we will have you go to Victoria, sign and reset, and then we'll have you take a seat in the jury box where we get all the paperwork ready, and then you'll be free to go.
Your Honor, I also have a plea when you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready when you are, for sure.
Another robbery.
Bring her up, Judge.
Yeah, please.
Danielle? Yes, sir. It's
Okay, so we've got a play to go over here.
Okay, so who's this?
This is Daniela Rodriguez.
All right, good morning, Ms. Rodriguez.
Man, Rodriguez is a common name in the States.
Okay, ma'am, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You know, this was a great program, and I'm going to tell you that you may not regret it today. You may not regret it tomorrow, but at some point you're gonna kick yourself in the back saying, God, why didn't I get this thing done? You know, all you had to do is follow a couple simple rules, and this case would have been dismissed. And now, because of that, or I guess the violations, it's over. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you plead guilty, this will go on your record. It'll be there for the rest of your life. You can never take it off. You understand? Is this what you want to do? How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated? I will find you guilty. Is it I'll sentence you to 3 days in jail. I will give you credit for the 2 days that you've done. I'm going to suspend your license for 180 days. I will roll your court costs, but you will be required to pay the DPS fee. I'm not going to waive that for you. And if you don't, you will go to jail. It is a $3,000 surcharge that you'll be expected to pay. Do you understand?
To get my license back?
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
There are consequences. And I'm going to tell you, it may not today, may not be tomorrow. At some point you will. And I hope the other thing you need to understand is that you ever get pulled over, a cop's going to see this. You have the faintest smell of alcohol or dope. What do you think is going to happen? What we're doing today will not happen again. You're facing a minimum of 30 days in jail for anything else you pick up. So this time served, proverbial slap on the wrist, ends today. Do you understand? Okay, good luck, man.
Judge, thank you.
And Your Honor, I didn't want to, not relate to, on the last arraignment, with the state driver's license out of Louisiana, I didn't want to misrepresent because we didn't have enough information, but it does show suspended.
Your license is suspended, ma'am. You cannot drive. You will be signing an affidavit with me today, ma'am.
Wow. Sneaky prosecutor there. Sneaky. But yeah, that young lady just prior needs a good shake up. Like most of them passing through here. Yeah. We must be on to Mr. Jaworski's the Jaworski's case after judge finishes filling out the affidavit.
Sir, this way.
Pavel, thank you so much. Good job.
Since it's out of state, doesn't get why, but it shows.
Okay, Mr. Jaworski.
Sure. I have Miguel Gonzalez. I think the state wanted to extend his because he didn't complete something in time. I'm not sure
Well,
if he did it in time. If there's
Let's
something, I don't know.
find out. I don't to do it by himself. I don't willy-nilly give 3-month resets for them to try to get it done. We tried that the first time, it didn't work. So now if he wants to do it, I'm gonna have to baby him and we'll see if he can do it. I'm not gonna just reset willy-nilly for the sake of it.
I'm
All right. Let my Wi-Fi catch back up here because this is the only pain about StreamYard is it doesn't like to hold the steady Wi-Fi connection. I might have to use OBS or something in the future, but yeah.
not
Miguel
sure.
Rodriguez, come up.
Because I'm not sure what he's not completed. He
Yeah.
said it's completed after.
And I'm gonna tell you now, Mr. Jaworski, depending on what, if anything, he hasn't done.
No, I just got out of an 8-day trial. I don't know anything about what he's being called up here for, other than they wanted to extend it. And that's what I got, I think, an email several weeks ago on.
Mr. Rodriguez, you were placed into the diversion program for DWI.
Judge, it's Gonzalez.
I'm sorry, Gonzalez.
Just wanna
Right,
make
Miguel
sure.
Angel Gonzalez. Not
Miguel
only is the
Angel
case
Gonzalez.
700 violations in the contract that you signed. Depending on what happens and what kind of violations there are, I may not agree to let you go forward. I don't know. Shatoria.
Okay, so basically he admitted to drinking alcohol on 5/26 and 6/16 while at work. He didn't say how much he consumed. He was already enrolled in SOP when this happened. So the SOP providers are asking to be extended so he can complete an aftercare program.
Judge, if you could repeat that, I didn't hear her very well.
So he was drinking on 2 different occasions. And when they tried to ask him and figure out how much he had consumed, he wasn't forthcoming and didn't, I guess, give the information to them. Is he current on all programs otherwise? And
Otherwise, yes.
what
The
does,
only other thing he's behind is fees.
no, I don't care about the money, unless there's restitution, I don't care. Okay, so what I want to do, what I'd like to do is I would prefer to cut the fees and put a scram on his ankle, so I know they.
So he's had a couple days drinking since. Yeah, okay, that's not that's not good. It's been hauled up on the violations too. I don't think he's going to get a free pass on this one. Scram ankle, and I think he's one more violation and he's going to end up in the slam. And his case almost being 1,000 days old isn't helping that.
Not consuming. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor, we'll waive the fees.
Okay, so they'll waive the fees, but the only reason I would want to do this is because he's gonna have to pay for the scram and it's gonna be expensive, right? But I don't feel comfortable going forward unless I know that he has a device on his ankle that will detect. Because if he's not blowing into the machine, we will never know. This way we'll know. If you ever consume anything from now on, and I don't care what in the HE double hockey sticks it is, you are out and I will immediately set your case for trial. Do you understand? I don't care if it's mouthwash, a tequila lollipop, hair dye, snake oil, whatever it is. You test positive for anything, you're out. You fail to do anything else within the time prescribed, likewise, you are out. So they didn't want IOP, I guess.
It's like an aftercare, with the SOP.
And I think they wanted to extend it, Judge, for 6 months.
Yeah, they wanted a 6-month extension.
Okay.
We're currently enrolled in SOP and it's supposed to expire September 15th.
So let's do this. He's got 3 days to get the scram on. Okay. And then let's bring him back right at that end date, just make sure that he's done everything that he's supposed to. And we'll go.
Months?
Yeah.
Okay.
6 months.
Judge isn't too happy with doing this, but it's the only workable option at the moment for this case. This guy, as soon as the case hits 1,000 days old, this guy's liable to be slammed. As it is with that scram, any violation, and he gets booted. Yeah. Getting done for having a drink or two, not a big deal. In the long scheme of things, it's not a huge crime. But when it's one of your bond conditions not to have a drink, and you go ahead and you drink, then yeah. I think you can see what's happened there quite easily.
Extension. And then we'll bring him back September 15th or a couple days after. Make sure that he's in compliance, kind of like a status check.
Okay, September 15th is a Sunday.
Yeah, that's what a couple days after, perhaps, whatever day is good for you.
Yeah, probably, I would say
Week of the 16th.
the 18th is good.
All right, it's yours.
Thank you. And maybe be excused, I have another court to go to.
Yes, and thank you for being patient, Mr.
Yeah,
George.
thank you.
No. Yeah, but just pay for everything. She has to get it on. That way we know she's not driving, because people drive anyways.
So there's no driving and then not expunged.
Will,
Yes, sir. Good morning, Judge.
Hey, good morning.
Mr. Patel, back on docket today. We got, he did an assessment in custody. And.
Is it back yet? No, right?
Yes, it is partially. But you can explain better, but he did make mention of a suicide attempt. And so.
In custody?
No.
Or are you just recent?
Correct. And so they're still doing an evaluation. We think they're gonna recommend inpatient. Not sure if it's gonna be help.
I think it's a good idea.
So that's where we are now. It's not finalized yet. I still wanted to approach today on bond, Your Honor, so I can get him out of there. He's been there, I guess, since Monday. I think he's hopefully enough time to where he can get out and not reoffend or drugs or anything.
I don't believe that for a second. I don't think it, I mean, he needs help.
I
You know,
understand, but
I think that DDRP is the best thing for him. If I let him out, he's not gonna show back up. Especially in like that, he knows what they want.
I respectfully disagree, Judge. I mean, his dad's been here every time with him, and he's, you know.
Is Dad here now?
No, I'm in touch with him. I've been updating him as the day goes on.
I'm not letting him out. I don't think it's a good idea. I don't. Sometimes we have to save people from themselves. If we let him out, he's his own worst enemy. Who knows what he's gonna do? He doesn't, he's
not getting any better in there though, you know.
But perhaps he is. He's away from the negative elements. That in and of itself is a good thing. Don't you think? I know it sucks to be in jail. It's not fun. But when you've repeatedly shown us that you're not going to comply, you're going to do whatever you want to do. And you, especially that there's a suicide attempt. I mean, I know, Will, I know it's tough and I know it sucks, but the DDRP program is great, you know, because not only they'll address the mental aspect as well as the substance abuse, and they'll get him on the right medication if he's forthcoming.
If that is the case, and he was forthcoming in his interview.
Yeah.
If that is the case, does he get transferred there from custody? Okay, does he have to wait? Is there a wait?
How long is the wait?
It's about 3 to 4 weeks right now. I can see if I can expedite it.
Please.
Well, do we know that's what we're doing?
But I want to follow. I want to follow. And perhaps the state will dismiss the new case in light of him going into treatment, and then it solves everything. Or what do you think, Pavel? Are you okay? You know, it takes care of everything.
Your question was DDRP for dismissal?
Yeah.
That would give me some good news to tell him.
It takes everything. I will reinstate him afterwards. Goes to DDRP, does what he's supposed to do. He gets out.
Well, so the idea was, right, once the TRAS is done, they are supposed to DDRP.
They did.
Well, is that final?
It's not finalized, she's still writing it, but she told me it's gonna be.
I thought it was gonna be DDRP, but basically like.
Right.
It's for all intents and purposes, they're still writing it up, but Shatori is saying it's gonna happen. That's
But
what,
instead of reinstating it, we're just gonna extend it
yes,
and modify it?
correct.
Okay, so we want to reinstate a bond at that point, right? Okay. Yeah, I'm in agreement with that. I understand.
And then dismiss the new charge?
Yeah, this is the new charge. Yeah.
Takes care of everything.
Okay. And we can maybe get a rush on it, maybe?
No, not maybe, we will.
Okay. What is that? Put the timeline at?
It's not gonna be done by the end of the day, but they're gonna end it, so.
Right. No, I mean for.
To get him in.
Oh, for DDRP, I can see it's the problem I'm making with DDRP.
It's not bad.
So this lawyer's gone into bat quite hard for his client who's in custody and has apparently a fair bit of history, several priors, and has just mentioned a recent suicide attempt. Dude, so sorry to say this. If someone's going to commit suicide, they're going to do it without telling anyone. Period. At least in my experience, if they say something, they are putting a last desperate call out for help. That's pretty much what it is. And DDRP program, I'm not exactly sure what it is, but it sounds like it's got the resources to be able to help both mental and physical. So, yeah. So I think Judge has done the right thing here, because letting this guy out into the free world is just going to mean he's more of a menace to himself.
And then how long is he in DDRP? Inpatient. Okay. That's what I told you, though. Yeah. I know. Okay. I mean, this is what it is. Not much alternative, honestly. Okay.
Who's this?
I'm not sure.
Oh, that's right.
Mr. Baldwin for a plea, Your Honor.
Okay. Yeah, come on.
If we rank on the floor.
He's almost done.
Okay, we'll do it. It's just as a Baldwin?
Yes.
Okay.
A lawyer with another plea.
All right.
So he was on hey Judge, he was on aggravated robbery upstairs. They filed them, he was dismissed, they amended his issues.
You were charged with an aggravated robbery. You picked up these cases and now they've amended your conditions. Do you know how lucky you are? No. Do you know how lucky you are when you get charged with an aggravated robbery and your probation gets revoked? You're looking at 30 years, give or take, depending on what judge you're in front of. You get a bad judge, 50 years. Close to freaking life. They will only do this so many times, Mr. Baldwin. So whatever you're doing in life, whoever you're hanging out with, whatever you're doing, do the opposite, because what you're doing now is not working. So if you get an idea to do something in your head, do the opposite. With us, you're charged with evading arrest. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. Are we doing just time served?
Yes, Your Honor, and he needs to, the court upstairs gave him 2 weeks to sign up for thinking for a change. So I told him he better do that Monday morning.
So the condition for them that they amended it was only to do thinking for a change.
Thinking for a change is right.
Yes, sir. It's easy money. There's no excuse, Mr. Baldwin. I'm going to tell you this evading arrest is going to go on your record now. It'll be there for the rest of your life. This is an enhanceable offense, meaning that you ever run from the cops again, they can use this to enhance your punishment to a felony. And then you're looking at years instead of days. Do you understand? Not only that, you pick up a new case, put your head between your legs and kiss your butt, because you're going to prison for a very long time. Do you understand? You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, the possible immigration consequence, you can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, there's no going back. Do you understand? This will be a conviction on your record. You're also, from misdemeanor court purposes, looking at a minimum of 90 days in jail for any cases you pick up in here. Do you understand? Sir. How do you plead to the offense of evading arrest? I will find you guilty, sentence you to 30 days in jail. I'll give you credit for the 26 days that you've done. Good luck, man. Don't be proud.
Good morning. Thank you for change. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, Ricardo. Hey.
Nice to see you again, Your Honor.
Gee, what's new?
We're here on Leroy Coloma, Judge. It's a fugitive matter out of Louisiana.
Okay, hi, Amy.
Hi.
What's new? Happy Friday. Okay. Oh, he's in jail. That's right.
All right, and we've got a female prosecutor now for this case. Not sure what that last guy's issue is, but hope thinking for a change will help him. But I've got my doubts.
Processing. Motion to substitute for the court.
Yeah, I signed it.
Page 27, Your Honor.
Thanks. Okay.
We're going to address my client's bond situation. If I can give you a little bit of background on my client himself, he is a United States citizen. He is a homeowner here in Harris County. He's the father of 3 children, including a 1-year-old and a 2-month-old child. He has no criminal history. He does have a pending misdemeanor UCW here at court 15, I believe, or 12, I don't recall. We were in the process of getting that dismissed for a gun class. They have picked up for some warrants out of Louisiana. There's no indication that he fled the state of Louisiana. These apparently is a 2B situation, so a warrant was issued out. No indictment at this point. He was not a fugitive. He did not flee bond. He was arrested on this. He doesn't really know what the situation is, but that's why he's in custody now. A auto theft out of Louisiana. As far as what I've received, as far as the paperwork, there's no mugshot, there's no picture, there's no identifier.
The 2B.
Right, exactly. So all we're dealing with is a name and date of birth. So that's.
Are you saying they have the wrong person?
We don't know. We don't know we don't have any information to be able to say yay, nay, what the situation is. That's why we'd like to procure a bond so that he can go to Louisiana, retain legal counsel.
Problem is I don't have him in front of me so I can admonish him. You know, I like to have, before I set bond on someone, I want to admonish them so they know exactly what's expected of them. And if I don't have his body.
Judge, if I may, the state would be asking for no bonds anyway. So.
Why?
There's a number of different reasons. One thing that the defendant, he picked up these 2 warrants out of Campus 2 while he was on bond for the UCW. He had a dismissed ag assault with a deadly weapon here because we couldn't contact the complaining witness. That was a road rage incident on the Sam Houston Parkway. These 2 deaths of a motor vehicle are for $5K to $25K. They were from 2 different casinos, which is why there's 2 different warrants.
So they were, but you said an auto theft from a casino?
Yes, Judge. They were 2, I believe they said Cadillac MS plates.
Huh.
2 different casinos.
Okay.
He does have a DV. That's all we're saying, Judge.
And just to reiterate to the court, the New Mexico matter was dismissed. Clearly, that was not his attorney out there, but my understanding from speaking to him and his family in the past, that was at some point, that is 2014 from New Mexico.
You know, my problem is, and my only concern is public safety, right? And he's got an aggravated assault from August of last year.
And Judge, on this UCW he's on right now, it does involve a stolen handgun.
And just on the ag assault, Judge, I was his attorney on that matter. The facts, ultimately what the state put is that they could not reach the complaining witness, but the issue is the complaining witness got caught in many inconsistencies. So essentially he started ghosting the state.
I don't know, you know, let's do this. Get me more information about the Louisiana case, baggage. So let's regroup on Monday. I want to get his body here. Get me more information that would alleviate my fears about him, because quite frankly, he's a dangerous dude. He's got a road rage incident. They charge him with ag assault, right? He's got 2 stolen cars. He's got a stolen gun, you know, so show me somehow that he's not a dangerous individual. And then I mean, we'll give you over the weekend, we can talk on Monday, but I don't know. At this point, it's heading toward no, because I find that he's a dangerous individual. So unless you can show me otherwise, I mean, I'll give you time and you can have as much time as you need.
Monday, Judge, that'd be fine.
Has he waived or did he not waive? Did he refuse?
He's refused, August 14th.
So he refused. So essentially the time is told, right? They can get a governor's warrant, which will take 90 days, or he, if he doesn't waive at that point, it'd be 2 weeks for them to come get him. But I'm going to tell you, they have so many buses coming in and out of Louisiana because we have so many Louisiana people. He'd be out probably within 3 days if he were to waive, So
Like I said, the objective judge is just basically trying to get him out so he can go to Louisiana and resolve. He's been on bond at least twice. Never
my
had a-
fear is that we let him out and then he doesn't go. I don't know. So get me more information, show me more that alleviate my fear and their fear, and then let's regroup on Monday.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
For sure. Thanks. Hey.
Oh man. Yeah. I've got the same fear as the judge in that one. Just hearing what the history is, and Fatty's going to open UCW and a couple of other nasty incidents, road rage, gun. Yeah. Something tells me this guy is a very violent individual. And no, I would agree with the judge if the judge denied it. When turned around and sent a message out to Louisiana, hey, he's here. If you want him, frickin' come get him. So he can deal with your shite. Because he's all but done dealing with my stuff here. So yeah. But yeah, we'll watch the next couple.
Good morning.
Your Honor, Victor Charles. It's a fugitive case.
Okay.
It's out of Alabama. I'm just approaching.
Do you want to bond too? Okay.
Judge
Amy.
State would be opposed to has 5 bond forfeitures and 6 prior fugitive cases. He also has a false statement of property credit through.
Oh, okay, hold on a second, hold on. Can we, please, let's get him, because he's here, it's only fair that he hears this. We've dealt with Mr. Charles before, have we not?
Yes, sir. He asked me to approach.
That's okay, and look, right.
It is what it is.
Yeah, so just, sorry.
Some of those too.
So, hey, this guy needs to be with Rachel, so I don't want to reset him just yet, okay? And then, I'll get some more this weekend.
Say they never come get it.
I don't know. Yeah.
I know it's because they haven't in the past, they haven't come get it.
Hey, Judge,
I was working out here for a few minutes and he's gonna be inclined, not gonna.
Is this the one with a parent here? Yeah.
So pretrial bond conditions?
Yeah, no, for sure. No drugs, no alcohol, no weapons, and this new bring coming back in 2 weeks. Yeah, but did you inform me?
Yes, John
Yeah,
did. that.
okay, yes.
Okay, thanks.
Mr. Charles, how's jail?
Terrible. First.
Good. I hope it's absolutely miserable. The idea is that you learn. from
I've been
this.
learning.
Really? Well, so at the outset, I don't know what's going on. I don't know how many cases you have. So let's talk. All I know is that council is asking me to set you a bond. The only other thing I know is that you have 4 prior fugitive cases with us, right? And now you've picked up another fugitive case. And looks like you picked up another gun case as well. And you're on probation for false statement, a felony false statement. So I don't know.
Oh,
Let's-
Lord.
Amy, enlighten us.
Yes, Judge, the state would be asking for no bond based on the fact that he's had 5 bond forfeitures. He's had a conviction here in 2022 for false statement of property credit, 30K to 150K. The charges he is wanted for out of Alabama are theft of property first degree, criminal mischief first degree, and receiving stolen property first degree, and then of course his prior fugitive cases.
Thus is definitely no bond. This guy needs to stay inside. He's a flight risk. There's no 3 ways on that. He's a flight risk. And he will fly all the way 14 days to Sunday if he's out. He's proved that in the past. He's got 5 fugitives or flights. He's going to add himself another few if he gets out before they can track him down again.
Does this fugitive case have anything to do with the prior fugitive cases?
Same one.
So the prior ones, he had a prior one out of Franklin, Alabama, but this one is new because they issued this after we disposed of it.
This is new.
Well, I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean it's new. It could have been like he went back, perhaps amended conditions, and then left and didn't do what he's supposed to do, so they would issue a new
It
one.
stands that they reissued a new warrant.
Right.
Is used against you.
You know, I tell you, you only get one bite of the apple. You're not gonna get multiple ones. And I mean, you just like a floating, just Tasmanian devil, man.
Just please.
You know what I mean? You know what Tasmanian devil is?
Yes. Just briefly, Judge, so he had an issue in New Mexico. He took care of that. That case was dismissed. He had an issue in Virginia. He took care of that. That case was dismissed. He's got a job now. He's working at Powerhouse Construction. He has 2 children, a 3-month-old at home. He's got a fiance at his house. He's got
me unmute myself. He's got a job now. He's working in Powerhouse Construction and he's in Orange. How does he have a job? I can tell you, as soon as I get a uniform like his, my job goes like that. Oh, his history, babe. 5 fugitive cases. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. So this guy's, yeah, he's staying put.
gotten support, and if he gets a bond, I'm confident he will go to Alabama and take care of it like he's done in the past with his other out-of-state cases.
Did they issue a warrant in the felony case? What's going on with that one?
So it was a 2-year deferred, and it should have been completed 5 months ago. So I was just hired yesterday evening. I do need to contact the court and see what they want to do with that.
You know, he's in the 177th, right?
Trust me, I know. But his 2 years is over. You know, I don't know if they want to unsatisfactory terminate him, but
yeah, I don't know.
On district clerk last night, there's no MAJ, there's nothing.
Mr. Charles, I can't. You got to understand that you got way too much baggage, you know. My concern, number one, is public safety. Number two, whether you're gonna go back. And you have so much baggage that I can't, you know? I can't continue to give you bonds when you continue to do stuff you're not supposed to do.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you gotta understand that, right?
And so just so he understands, they'll have 14 days to extradite him to Alabama.
If he waives.
He will, he's waiving.
He also has to make bond on the local as well, like you see that.
Oh, that's the other thing. So the other kicker is this, is once you waive, we give Alabama 14 days to come get you. And if they don't come get you within the 14 days, they file a dismissal and that hold is basically lifted.
That's what happened with Alabama.
Here.
My third time sitting with them, that's why.
And you're gonna keep getting arrested until you go back and take care of it. If they let you out here, that Alabama warrant is still open and valid. So you will still continue to get picked up over and over and over again. Just because Harris County released you doesn't quash the warrant from Alabama.
Right, that's why.
It's still open.
Yeah, that's why, and that's why I had to deal with Virginia. I didn't have to go to the Virginia and they dismissed the warrant. I never been to Virginia. I didn't have to go down there when I was getting arrested for it. And here, I never went down there. They dismissed the warrant. Same thing.
Hey, it's really, it's neither here nor there. All I'm telling you is that it's eternally open until you go. The other kicker here is that you have not made bond on the UCW.
I did it on purpose, not because I didn't want to do that.
That's okay. So basically, if he were to waive today, it's still told, meaning the 14 days does not kick in
So he pays the
until
bond.
he makes bond on the UCW.
Up to your dad.
Yeah, I would have made that. I didn't know.
And that one's a low bond. It's at $500.
Okay, I'll talk to his dad today.
So just what I would do is waive today, stay in touch with Mr. Kim or Amy. The minute you guys post bond on that, give them a heads up so that they can contact and let Alabama know that the 14 days has started running. Because I don't want there to be an issue where somehow they don't get notice of it and then they come and ask for an extension, right? So the quicker you let them know to let Alabama know, less time. That's it.
Got it. I'll take care of it.
Don't take care of Alabama, man. Really. Oh,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Judge. May we be excused?
Yeah.
Judge, I've got Jason Baker, who's a new fugitive appointment today, and he is waiving. Do you want him brought out to admonish him, or we just?
No, just, you're good.
Waiver?
Yeah.
Tim, my brain's just so bad I forget to unmute myself. But it seems we've got a bunch of fugitive dockets right now. I'll watch till the end of this one and then I'll wrap the stream up because I think 3 hours has been long enough.
Okay.
Ms. Williams?
Thank you, Judge.
Thanks, Amy. Hey, Martin.
You're back on Mr. Trejo from earlier this week, the guy he had a UCW and racing, and you put a curfew on him. I have the cause numbers if you need them, Your Honor.
Yeah, give me one second.
It was on Tuesday.
Where you go?
Trejo.
Is he on docket?
No, he's not.
Man, what is this?
252, 3028. I'm just asking for modification.
Okay, Martin.
Yes, sir. So you put a curfew on him, Your Honor, I think of 6 to 9. His job. I'm sorry, I should have this pulled up.
Okay, what's the cause number, Phil?
Oh, the cause number
is 252-3029.
So he's meant to go in at 6 o'clock in the morning and he gets out at 6 p.m. at night. He's in Memphis, like I told you before, Your Honor, and he's staying at a hotel. So I don't believe there's been any violations. But like I said, I think you put from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. that he has to be in in the hotel or in his house. So I'm asking if you would change it to 5 a.m. to 7 or 8 p.m., Your Honor. So he has time to maybe get some food or whatever he needs to get on the way back to his hotel.
Well, it's 6 to 6, right? That's the work schedule?
Yeah, it's 6 to 6.
Okay, so
But it takes him a while to get to work.
his curfew is 9 PM, so I don't think the PM is the issue, it's the AM, right?
Yeah, the AM.
So I'm amenable.
Okay with
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So 9 to 5 a.m.
9 to 5.
Okay. And he's not here, he's in Memphis.
Maybe.
So, okay.
Talk to Rachel.
Okay.
I'll help you out.
I just wanted to ask, Your Honor. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Frederick. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm on.
Good morning, good morning.
We got your guy on the same day as a felony.
Okay. Well, I got a message that something had to do with his driving privileges. Did this court do anything with that?
I did. I told him he couldn't drive.
And what necessitated that?
Because he's going 123 miles an hour.
Well, an admonishment wouldn't work, Judge. Yeah, I think he has to work.
No, I want him to appreciate the actual awesome privilege of having a license and going at 123 miles an hour, running from the cops on a motorcycle where you end up like a mangled piece of garbage on the road. No, I want him to appreciate the ability to drive. And
Yeah, I understand that. And I
so,
didn't.
let some time pass, show me that he appreciates it, and then we can talk, But at 123,
Yeah, I understand
that's kidneys on wheels.
No, I get that. Well, I will, we'll revisit. If you will, we can revisit this. I understand. Okay, I'll let him know. Thank you, Judge.
Okay, my friend.
All right.
Take care.
Excuse? Hmm? Yeah.
Take care.
All right. So that's that. Yeah, Judge was having none of it today. Whew. Absolutely none of it. I think that guy with 5 previous fugitive cases got off really lightly. Being told if he postponed, then inform the lawyer straight away, and they can inform Alabama the time it started, come get him. That's the really light version of that. But yeah, just over 3 hours worth of streaming. My voice feels shot. My throat's sick of coughing. And yes, I am sick. It almost feels more flu-like than it does cold, but it could be a cross between the two. It is not COVID. I have tested and it comes back negative. So, yeah. And apart from that, hey, you guys have a good time. Keep watching the courts. Remember, court clips at brycefromnz.live. If you find anything interesting and you want to send me the clips so I can feature it. Yeah. Or use my email attached to the channel. It'll still come through to me. Either or. So, yeah. That being said, keep well, have fun, and enjoy life. See ya.